Player of the Year awards. Messi, Ronaldo and Iniesta were in the running for it, and it's Messi who picks it up once more. The mantelpiece must be getting unbelievably packed at the moment, and well done to him. I don't think anybody else could argue with that argument. You're happy with it as well?
Yeah, I'm more than happy with that. I think it's just a joy to watch. Anytime you get a chance to see Barcelona, you just want to sit there and say, get him the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Great players that haven't won the Ballon d'Or. You ready for this? Pele, Maradona, Bergkamp, Maldini, Thierry Henry, Zico, Beckham, Raul, Bobby Moore, Cantona, Zoff, they're all there. Haven't won it. I think, to be fair though, Pele and Maradona didn't win it. I think the first time they really encapsulated all players from across the globe, George Weah won it. Remember him in 1995? Yeah. So, but Messi's there. He won it, and Phil Martin.
I was watching one of the Sky programs today, and what we're talking about were strikers, and obviously it was Pele, Messi, Maradona.
Yeah.
And then nobody, including me, I never ever mentioned there was a wee profile on him today. Shevchenko.
Yes.
He wasn't in any year thought.
No.
No. You didn't rate him?
No, I think I rated him in his first spell at AC Milan, but after that it just all went pear-shaped. Chelsea was a disastrous move for him.
Yeah, that was a pretty average team he was in that Milan side, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, Ruffy. But yeah, Shevchenko, great player, great striker. The Milan fans loved him, but I think we're talking about really, really special players. You know, Zidane, special player, yeah?
Yeah.
Would you agree with that as well?
Yeah.
But Messi, he's up there now with the gods. Let's go to Tom. He's on line one. Tom, welcome to the football phone, and what's on your mind?
Hello there, Peter. Hello there, Ruffy.
How are you, Tom?
Not bad, not bad. I think we should get a Stewards inquiry. Why was Giorgio Samaras not on for the Ballon d'Or? He's stormed.
Yeah.
But listen,
it's a good point you make, Tom, but just...
It was funny Tom should say that, because Tom, I'm just sitting here looking at the Scottish Golden Boot.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Hooper with 18 goals, and the next Celtic player who's on that Golden Boot chart. Any guesses?
The next Celtic player, is it Georgios? Yeah.
I'm afraid not. No.
It's got to be. I want a Stewards inquiry. I want a Stewards inquiry in your stats there, Ruffy.
Well, I'm just looking at Commons on 8, and I'm down at 3 goals.
Yeah.
And I can't see Tom's selection.
No, anywhere.
Yeah. So I think the chances, Tommy, I'm winning it.
Well.
Yeah, he's won the Greek Golden Boot.
There you go. He should win the Scottish Golden Boot. But anyway, I do digress from my point, lads. It's wonderful to join your show. Well, the stuff that Longmuir came out with the other day, I would perceive this as gerrymandering of the Scottish football system. Would you go along with that theory, lads? Because it was never really properly discussed, or it was always kicked into touch, and it never really got down to the nitty-gritty of let's get a vote, let's get it changed. So how all of a sudden have we managed to jump fast forward into a mission of where we can get this done and let's rush it through, let's run, let's go.
Yeah.
Is this, as fans, we are not being listened to again. And if it is a case that the club that was demoted, not demoted, and it's not even a punishment for what happened, it was a fact that they were even given help, because the last team to go liquidised was Gretna, and they ended up in the east of Scotland because they were denied membership to the SFA. So Rangers were given a reward of the old Rangers application for the SFA, and so if the fans perceive that another injustice is allowed to go unchecked before the final word is given in the 29th of January with the dual contracts, why is it possible that we're even discussing league reconstruction for a team that may well be labelled the biggest cheats in Scottish football if it becomes apparent that they broke FIFA guidelines and rules for not completely telling the truth with how much money was going to each player? This was done in an industrial scale, and there is prima facie evidence with the tax case ruling where a player was paid extra money and they claimed the insurance from it, and other cases that are out there. But I think what we'll find is that the SFA and the powers that be are gerrymandering, are doing all they can to ensure that Old Co Rangers are parachuted quickly as back that they can into the SPL. Now, a question I would like to ask you, good guys, is this what is right and this what is needed?
Hold on a second, Tom. I want you to breathe in between sentences. That's the first thing. You make a point there. I think a lot of, I'm not quite sure league reconstruction or whatever they come up with as a plan is to accommodate Rangers. And I would suggest to you at this point that Rangers, with regards to the EBTs, two judges, I wouldn't say found in their favour, two judges voted that they were not guilty of the illegal operation of EBTs. One judge did not. It's now gone to an appeal basis. So I don't think we can say
it was the wording in that, Peter,
on what's going to happen with Rangers. I'm
it was wording that was given.
Forthright in putting that across, because the one great thing of the last 6 months or a year has taught me, Ruffy, the amount of misinformation and people raising flags as if they were champions of the truth on the web defies belief. I think what we've got to do is trust in a board to look at this, an appeal board, look at the situation between HMRC, Rangers and EBTs, and we'll get a definitive hopefully very soon. But with regards to reconstruction, I think what's happening, and the reason why everybody's being forced to make a decision quickly, is because so many clubs are staring at financial abyss.
Yes, the caller is just getting a bit very excited. The Rangers aren't going anywhere. Rangers are staying where they are, even in whatever league reconstruction would come up. Rangers aren't being fast-tracked anyway. Like, they're still going to be down in the third tier or whatever leagues that we're in. So, and I'm like Peter, I would like to wait until judgments are made before I start talking about the do's and don'ts of what has actually happened. So I think we'll just have to wait until these things have happened, and then we can discuss whether that's right or wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. As far as the league reconstruction is concerned, though, Tom, I think a lot of clubs are looking at it. They're sitting down. They're not necessarily, I think Tom made a very good point. I don't think a lot of fans groups have been listened to in this one.
Well, I was going to ask Tom.
Yes.
Tom, what? I mean, I love asking. You're saying that you haven't been, asked about your feelings about it and that. Surely it's your club that you should be going to and saying, look, guys, when you go to this vote, what are you voting? And what way are you going to get down here? Are you going to listen to what I want and what all my mates want?
Well, I think
is there any dialogue between you and the team that you support, or your supporters club, or whatever?
Yeah, well, I mean, the easiest way to do it is to voice your concerns. My club, Glasgow Celtic, they prefer to do things in writing. I did do that. Hello? Hello? Are you there? What have you done? What happened? What went down there? The credit? What's going down with the credit? Your credit's away. What did you do? What happened there? Out of credit? We're out of credit? We're out of time? How did that happen? What's going down there? Was that a three-way call? Put me back on. Get me back. What happened there? You ran out of credit. They phoned me back. Oh, dearie. What happened there? Right. Mellow Birds indeed. I need a Mellow Birds here. Right. So let me see. We need to get a Mellow Birds here. Right. How can I get them back now? I need to get them back. Oh no. I had technical difficulties earlier. Of course, that was a three-way call that I did to get it on to do. See, they never phoned back on that. Oh, that's just a pain in the front. Look at it's coming through on that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I phoned through. See what? I managed to get the stuff working, and I phoned through on my Skype. We weren't answering to the 1888. So then I thought, well, I've got them there. Let's see if I can get them back.
Hello, football phone.
Oh, hi there, sorry about that. Is that Liam? This is Tom here. I managed to get myself cut off there.
Don't know what happened.
It was my fault because what I was doing, I decided to put it on a three-way call. The phone you phoned me on, I put it through to my other phone so that I could get it on. And so I forgot I had no credit on that other one while I was doing the three-way, so I'm sitting there talking away. Can you get me back on? Is it possible, my man?
I'll try and phone you back shortly.
Well, listen, can I give you another number to phone me on? 0141 416 1888.
Okay. Cheers, Tom.
You able to get me back on then, Liam, yeah?
I'll try.
Sorry about the hassle there, mate. I was ready to answer Ruffy's question there, and just get right off, so I do apologise. If you get me back on, I'd love to answer it, yeah? Cheers,
well,
man.
I'll try and get you on shortly. Cheers.
Right, bye. What happened, what I did is I was trying to phone in my 08, my 0141 number, and they weren't answering, so then I decided to use my mobile, and when they phoned me back on that, I decided, well, how can I record it? And then I put the show up, and I managed to just sort my technical difficulties I had earlier on, and I decided to do a three-way call. But as you heard there, my phone, when I done the three-way call, I should have actually phoned from my Skype to that phone and accepted it, but I did it the other way because they rushed me. They were just put me on air, so I did the wrong three-way call. So if they phone me back, they'll get me on this number. So 0141 416 1888. Yeah, you can contact me on that number. You can contact me on Dublin 01 254 4567, Melbourne 03 9013 6767, Boston, if you're in Boston, 617 963 0967, and if you're a brain dead zombie wanting aftercare and therapy for your team getting a draw against a 10-man Elgin, you can call the show for therapy. We do free character readings on demand on we'll read this nice and slow because we know you're a bit thick, 0 2 0 3 290 1690. And this is a precursor. I take it the good homeboys are doing a show. The homeboys are doing a show, so we're finishing in 10 minutes. This is Tell 10 to Tell 10. I was doing a show. I was going to try and do a simulcast with Real Radio, but I had technical issues, and we've managed to get it all sorted now. We've got it all sorted. That came through there. Right. So sorry for the technical issues earlier on. Tell 10 to Tell 10. I wasn't even going to do a show today because we had other arrangements, but those arrangements fell through and another plan. Luckily that got cancelled, and well, sadly I wish it never get cancelled. It would have saved me the technical issues. But anyway, that was our first call to the Bold Ruffy and Peter Martin. They're taking on Radio Clyde as well, and I'll show them my support. I was trying to do a live simulcast with the Bold Henrik Larsson. So now we're just waiting on a phone call from Ruffy and Peter. I wonder if they'll get me back. Anyway, yeah, I messed up there. I put the three-way call round the wrong way. Instead of me phoning my mobile phone phoned the Skype. It's my Skype was get the free calls, no my mobile. I had no credit left on that, as you heard. And because I was doing a three-way call, it went right through. So did that go on the radio then? Did they heard that then? I take it. I was trying to talk as well, but that's right, because it was on. My mobile was still on, and I never took it off. As soon as that happened, yeah, I was shouting through it. I just took it off the speaker. Meanwhile, they were taking it off, and that was it. So sorry about that. So yeah, we're just doing this build up to the homeboys. The homeboys on in 9 minutes. 9 minutes. You want to get a quick call in to this quick impromptu show? Brought on by a phone call to Central FM. Central FM now with Peter Martin and Alan Ruff. So when I'm not on a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday, if I'm on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then tune in Tell 10 to Tell 10. Failing that, tune in to Tune in to Central FM, Peter Martin used to be on Real Radio for a few months, Ruffy for a few years. They shut it at the start of the season. Peter Martin used to be on Radio Snide. He's now been round all the houses. And they were asking me for a chat. Could you, Adam and Eve, one of the first times on a Scottish football phone-in, not run by fans or Celtic fans, for the first time they were asking me a second question. One of the only times, saying that Radio Shortbread did ask me the same question 3 times and I declined to answer it in the way they wanted, so they cut me off. But they were prepared to ask me a second question, even though I went on a wee bit of a rant and went a bit of a side issue. But thanks to everybody there. Pat Warren, how you doing? Tony Cassidy, Arthur Rust, Stephen Monaghan, how you doing, brothers? I'm watching. Yeah, is Homeboys on tonight? I think it is. I've not seen anything on the old Twitter saying it wasn't. But what I'll do, even if they let me back on, I'll have this all set up where I can just go straight on. I'll set it up to go. I can put it on back live. Yeah, I can just set it up for live. We can record that call. We can record the second part of the call. So in 5 minutes, we're going to bail out. We're going to bail out Tell 10 to Tell 10. We've got an alternative to Radio Clyde, Celtic Fan Radio. Celtic Fan Radio, and the other alternative where I'm known, our good brothers on Central FM. Hopefully, anyway, God willing, they've not got an agenda the same as Clyde. They'll allow free rein for anybody with a point to get on, as long as I've not got a biased agenda, as long as I've got an agenda to allow people on and make their point, then we can work on those parameters. Instead of having it like they'll phone, as soon as I just put my basic point through and they say we'll phone you back after 7, they were good to the word, they phone me straight back. And hopefully they'll be up for putting me back on anytime I phone in. An 0870 number. I need to be careful, remember what let's see, what phone I'll get credit and not get credit for. Yeah, so the Bull Parrot says that the Homeboys on at half past. There you go, Celtic Fan Radio. Tune in later on, God willing, I might do a wee show later on to make up for the technical difficulties from earlier on. We've got a new intro for the show here. We'll play the new intro now for you. We'll kill some time.
It's spa time. It's not the way to do it. Kick it. Okay, party people in the house.
Pump up the volume.
There is no Homeboys. The word is coming through. There is no Homeboys tonight. There's no Homeboys on tonight. They've gone for a break. Roger Dodger. I see it coming through. No Homeboys tonight. No Homeboys tonight. Right. 2 minutes in. We'll come back. I'll reevaluate what I'm going to do. Be back in 2 minutes. 1 minute. Even 1 minute. Give me a minute.
We want our money. We want to know. We want to know. Interest-free money. We demand it. We want to know. When do you want it? Now. Money. interest-free money, interest-free money, interest-free money.
It's spa time. It's not the way to do it. Kick it. Okay, party people in the house.
Pump up the volume.
Right, what's going down out there? Tell 10 to tell 10. Now, there's no homeboy show. There's no homeboy show. And let's see. Right, so this is coming through. I take it that call there for Ruffy and thing coming through okay. That was coming through ticket because I had a problem earlier on. That was coming through. You could hear Ruffy and you could hear Peter Martin. Were they on an equal basis? Could you hear them at the same level as me? Was there any disparity in the volume? Let me see. I should have it set where it's yeah, if the volumes was levels were okay, with the volume levels okay, can you tell me with the volume levels okay when Ruffy was on? In fact, did you even hear him? Did you hear him okay? Because that was a problem I had earlier on. The problem I had earlier on, I was starting the show and I tried to do the little speaker next to the speaker onto the earphone, but I had major issues with my sound card setup, but now everything seems to be going well there. I think it is anyway, but why do they both say disabled? They both say disabled. Look at this, I don't know what's going down there. Right, they seem to be alright, the levels seem to be alright, so that'll do, mate. Yeah, all fine. Cheers, Northeast boy, cheers. Yeah, that was the problem earlier on, the levels weren't coming through. I tried to download some voice changing software. Some voice changing software, Morphvox. There was one that was about $99. Then the other one was what, I think it was at $49. What was it did? I mean, it was just, it was hopeless. It was hopeless anyway. Anyway, we'll sack the voice changing unless we just go, alright mate, what's going down? Yeah, London town. What's going down London town? Is there any cockneys out there? Any cockneys? Apples and pears, mate. Apples and pears. So how come the homeboys have not got a show? Oh, that volume just went through blasting there, so they're just playing with the volume. Turn it up too loud. Sorry about that, Troop. Sorry about that. The homeboys. Is that because there's no game? Is it because there's a break? Shockeroonie time. Shockeroonie. I don't know if anybody listened to the wee show I put out yesterday with the 2 calls I made. I also picked up the ball Tony Watt. And there's a show, there was a show that I put out with 21 minutes long. 21 minutes long. That show was of sponsored silence brought to us by the Noise Abatement Society. But if I'd pressed the right button or I hadn't messed about with my little sound thing earlier on that evening, I would have been able to have recorded a full call, not a full call, but a full conversation all the way back to a place in Lanarkshire. A conversation with Mr. Watt and some others. But in one way, I'm glad it never recorded. I even tried I had to divert a sick joke that was about to be told by one or other. Also some other startling revelations that, truth be told, it's better that I got it on silent, because if I'd put that out, one of the boys could have been in trouble who played for another team that day. But anyway, I'll keep close counsel on that one. But the Bulgin, he was alright. He was a good lad, nice lad. He even bumped me for a fiver. Agreed for a fair, and then he undercut me for a fiver. But hey, I'll let him off since he scored that goal against the Barca. I'll let him off. If you can't let an 19-year-old kid off with a fiver, you might be a millionaire, but hey, us penniless billionaires can let off the millionaires for a fiver now and again. So add that to another list of football players. The bold Tony Watt stumbled upon myself. As I said, the show that was on there was a show of 20 minutes. It never recorded. It wasn't going to get released anyway. It wasn't going to get released at all. Maybe some of it, but no other stuff that was there. Right. He never said anything bad. It was one of his mates. One of his mates. I can't even tell you what team he played for. But anyway, it's all good in the hood. Right, we're waiting a phone call coming back here from these crackpots. At Central FM, yeah, is it Central FM? Is that who we're waiting for a call? Yeah, we're waiting for a call from Central FM. They've started a new show, Tell 10 to Tell 10. Sack Clyde, if I'm not on board, tune in to Central FM. I'll be phoning them. If I'm not on air, even if I'm on air doing a show, I'll be phoning Central FM to put my point out there. Instead of it being neutered from the Fangitas on Radio Snide. I've got technology here where I could change my number. That number came through, isn't it? Let's see. It didn't even actually cost that much to phone Old Central, even though it's a, what do you call a number? So what could we do here? I'm tempted to, what do you reckon? Should I go on the Enema? Should I phone the Enema? No. See, it's ever so tempting. It's ever so tempting that. That's why I was putting the voice change and stuff. I could just phone him, couldn't I? But nah, we'll no phone Radio Snide. How could I phone him? How could I be a hypocrite telling 10 to tell 10 and no fucking listen? And then I'm phoning him. It was your man Jerry Mullock. Is it Jerry that's on tonight? Who cares? We're waiting a call from our new friends on Central FM. Give us a call, Ruffy. Where's this? There was technical difficulty. The interview with Henrik Larsson didn't last too long, did it? It was a 5 minute interview. He must have grabbed him with a wee camera or a wee recorder yesterday. And was it yesterday? Where was he doing it? Was it Friday or Saturday? The Thistle Hotel, £100 a head to get in, and I think it was £20 a picture. £20 a picture with the bold Henrik. £20 just for a picture. Wow, Jerry, as they say. Right, so we got, where's that Central FM? Right, let's see, we got this here. Come on, open up. Yeah, I doubt they'll phone us back actually. I don't reckon. You reckon they'll phone back? Nah, I'll just put it down to a one-off, I'll let it go. Ah well, the bold Ruffy asked me a question and I fecked it up. That's shocking. I'm worse than Hartson if you called him. How can I be worse than Hartson if I called him? How can I be worse than Hartson if I call Radio Snide? How's it not coming up here? But what I was going to do, while I was on there, I was going to tell everybody that was on there, I was going to say thank you for allowing me on one last final time to tell the good people of Scotland that you can now get us on Celtic Community Radio. But I wouldn't have even got that far, would it have? They would have cut me off. Right, why is it not coming up here? Anybody got a feed for Central FM? That's shocking, even comparing me to Hartson. Shocker any time. Why is it not coming up here? Right, I've just been compared to Hartson. Yes, I've just been slandered. I've been slandered by the good parrot. Just 'cause he's not got the homeboys, he's come on here on the chat and he's slandered my good name. He's called me. He said I was John Hartson, and I never even phoned it. But I was going to be. I was getting labelled. I was worse. I wasn't even John Hartson. I was worse. I was worse than John Hartson. I was worse than John Hartson. I was about to phone. Look how close I was to phoning. Look how close I was. It was there. I had it on the go. I was just to dial it as well. I took it away actually. It was there, but it was there. I had it there, and I took it away. Let's see, pay as you go rates. How much you get paid? That's not that too much. My fingers over it. Shall I dial it? Shall I dial Radio Snide? Will I take the Derry then? You put Shimi Boyo. What's that? Doing it, Clyde, collecting my pieces of silver. No, but all of us we do was get a wee bit of promotion to tell all the people who are not internet connected where I've gone. I just want to go on when Jerry's on once only. The number I've got to give was a 1690 number. I was going to give them my 1690 number. I was going to get under the radar. I just put on my old Cockney accent. Yeah, I want to talk about the Rangers. The Elgin game's no good. We should get rid of Fat Sally. Nah, can you say that? Yeah, I was just trying to go and get some publicity because a lot of people like that. Where's old Fangita face used to phone in and counteract these bastards? And I'm not doing it. I just wanted to go and say, tune in to Celtic Community Radio. Be there or be swear, tell 10 to tell 10. They don't know how to operate. Remember the time I went on that thing they tried to cut me off. The last time I was on there, that day when I spoke to the bastard Graham Bryce, they don't know how to operate the thing when I could have recorded it, got it there, bada bang, bada bosh, and everybody would have heard. It's just a bit of free publicity, and yet, now I've been slandered. I'm the John Hartson. I'm worse than John Hartson. Right. We're in for a few players. Tom Lees, under 21, centre back of Leeds United. This is from the Bull, Tony Cassidy, hot off the press. Just today, signed on 6-month loan, left back Rami Gershon for the illegal Zionist entity. And Lenny is allegedly going to be in Portugal on Wednesday to check out a few more Nigerians in a pre-African Cup of Nations friendly v Cape Verde. Left back, Oshinawa, very fast, and I recommend big defensive midfielder, Nigerian Player of the Year 2012, Gabriel Rubin. There you go, the old Parameister. Celtic are going down the road of signing 4x2s all over the place here, it looks like. Right, who's going down here? What is going down? Who's going down in the Western Front? This is Crackpot McDougall here. Jerry's an Uncle Tim, yes, and I'm a sellout. I'm a sellout for about to phone Radio Snide. Just a bit of free publicity, that's all I was looking for. A bit of free publicity. How much it cost to buy an advert in the Daily Rancid? Do you think I should even take up Airspeople, but even an advert on Radio Snide? Do you think they would take? They'd take an advert. Ditch Clyde, back your side. Join Celtic Community Radio on 0141 416 1888. Yes, it was not. Breaking news on Celtic Community Radio. Yeah, the breaking news is we're signing Tommy Lees, under 21. Yeah, who's seen that? Who's seen that? I'd never seen the game. I've just seen the start of the game. He looked awful embarrassed and shy about it. But he's Ben Hutchinson. Did you see Paul Ben on the TV against Liverpool yesterday? I can't. We were scanning in all the different, we get this motley crew, and there was all different people, and then he went, Ben Hutchinson, Before he could eat, I was like, no, you're having a laugh. Then the boy went on to say he's been ribbing everybody about where he was at Celtic and Middlesbrough. He's way too big for this level. Well, I once saw him play against the Albion Rovers in the Jockstein Cup. And was that Killian Sheridan? Was that the bold Ben? Oh, the bold Ben Hutchison, now playing for non-league Blue Square contenders Macclesfield. Jimmy Savile wouldn't go on Clyde. Was it? Yes, Jimmy Savile. Breaking news on Clyde. Jimmy Savile's Button Ben up in Glencoe has been raided. And shocking how a member like that, who called himself the Godfather, how he was a member of the establishment and was able to get away for so long with his crimes. And the BBC, justice, where's the justice? Everybody should be bumping the licence fee. It's shocking how they can help protect, and cover up someone like that is absolutely beyond the pale. It's Armageddon if you phone Snide. Now it's Armageddon. Now I've got Armageddon. If I phone Clyde, I've got Armageddon, and I'm worse than John Hartson. Right. So it's worse than writing a piece for Murdoch, criticising the Celtic fans. Right. So what if I was to actually go on there and actually criticise Celtic fans? So phone in and go on and do a John Hartson on it. So what level would that put me in? So it'll be Armageddon, and it'll be worse than John Hartson, but I repeat verbatim John Hartson's stance. But if it was worse than John Hartson, what would that make it if I was to go on just by going on there? The old stiletto square. Clyde stopped being good when Tiger Tim left. They employ a husband beater. The whole stiletto squaw. Oh, they're no phoning back, are they? My new friends at Central FM. Well, I'll get back on tomorrow. We'll get back on tomorrow with another simulcast. We'll do a simulcast tomorrow. And yes, we'll no threaten to go on Radio Snide. It'll be Sindai time here. Sindai time if you phone Clyde after you've told everybody to sack it. But can you see, hold on, right, this is the point I'm putting. Frank Macca. Yeah, if you get Frank Macca, get me his number. If anybody's got Frank Macca. Actually, a good brother actually said he was going to help me out, get Frank Macca. We need to contact the said good brother and see if we can get us onto him. And yeah, I was going to get somebody else on earlier on, but with my technical difficulties prior to the show earlier on, and then when I heard the Bull Henry Larson, we'll get this good brother on tomorrow. Hopefully, anyway, God willing, all things being equal. Let's see. So change the number 6090. So okay, and the Black Ops of going on Radio Snide is over. We can hide the 1690 number. It's a perfect number to get on and be a blue nose. Maybe no for mentioning it all over the place here. Where am I? Right, that's. Damn, how could I be so stupid? Why there's no phone from amateur night at the Funny Farm? I'm making that silly mistake. That means I've ran all that credit out, and that was my cash credit. My cash credit gone in the old mobile. Right, Central FM phoning back. Heard I was getting Derek Johnson on. Hi. No, sorry, I don't have him on. on my phone. It's only Mark Haitley. I can get you Mark Haitley. Or what do you think of old Gordon DL? Should I phone Gordon and offer him a gig? Should I offer Gordon DL a gig? He's been sidelined. He's not getting as many gigs now that his old friend Dazza, the two Dazzas, Darryl King has left to Florida, so the poor Dazza is not getting many gigs. Maybe I should phone Darryl King, not Darryl King, I should phone Gordon DL, see if he wants a gig. Can we get the bold Gordon on? Would it be sin die if I got Gordon DL on as a guest? So hold on, does that mean I'm not allowed to phone any zombies anymore? No zombies allowed to be phoned anymore? So I can't phone Clyde because they're zombie lovers. Does that mean I can't phone any more zombies? Probably do me good. I can't be bothered with them anyway. Get your story all the time, that I mean. Zombies this, zombies that. I ain't obsessed. Just want justice to be done. It's not too much to ask. For justice to be done on the 29th of January, will it? Does anybody get any faith left? On people able to make a decision that would go against Rangers? With all the threats and intimidation that's been sitting there for a long time, has anybody got the cojones to stand up and throw them out of football? That was a question that I was hinting at earlier on with my good friends in Central FM, still waiting a call back from my friend Liam. That was a question that I was trying to put. Why should Scottish football beaks bend over, it seems, backwards to help facilitate Rangers to get parachuted back in as much as possible? This was the initial plan when Rangers were due to get liquidated. They'd set everything up for it to happen, that they would have been parachuted in. The mantra was being spun by Keevins, et al. And others. Oh, we need the Rangers, the SPL need the Rangers. Old Dazza, all the rest of the shysters willing to spin their shite. But it was the fans across the country who spoke to their chairman. Just the point I was about to make before my credit ran out, where people were able to contact their chairmans by phone, by email, by letter, and people did by the thousand load to each and every little club across the country, and in no uncertain terms. Every single fan of every single club told their chairman, their owners, just what to do the right thing and veto Rangers being in the top flight. And yet, they were afforded a luxury. They were afforded something that Gretna weren't afforded, and that was the membership. They had no proper right to have that membership because they didn't have 3 years accounts. Why was a club like Spartans or Cove Rangers or other teams? I can understand many of the teams who wouldn't want to take the poison chalice of that position of Sevco, the 42nd team. Nobody would want that poison chalice, really, would you? Would you want that as your team? The team that took out the cheaters from Govan? It would have been a lovely, yeah, of course, Celtic fans would have loved it, but think about it, just a wee team, a wee small team, the whole weight of the Scottish establishment coming on. Celtic should have just bought them, or a Celtic fan should have just bought them and adopted them then. We should have went in and bought over Spartans and applied for that membership. If only a Tim wasn't in control of Spartan or Cove Rangers. And apply for that membership. One of these little clubs should have applied. Yes, if you get no backbone and no spine, don't apply. But they had more right to be accepted into it. Maybe they were given a promise with the league reconstruction. In fact, they were. When you listen to an interview I did with Craig at Spartans, what's his name, Craig? The chairman of Spartans, Craig Graham, the one who was on the appellate committee, whatever his name is anyway, Craig at Spartans, yeah. He was told that it would be a case of the pyramid structure being put in place, so I think that's what he's holding out for. That's what the Spartans are aiming for, certainly, to get a hold of the position by way of a pyramid. So this poison chalice, but here we go. It was never looked at. What's this? Zombie Free Radio, better with Mark Almond. What's that? Newsflash, Kenny Miller wants to sign for Glasgow's newest club. Juve 1, Sampdoria 2, all with accounts. Look at this, we've got on the business here, Sampdoria against Juventus. We could have this on here, I could be doing a live commentary in the Juve game. Got a live commentary in Juventus. Where are we going here? Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? What time to kick off? Or we could bring you Hapoel Kiryat Shimona against Maccabi Tel Aviv. Yes, we'll get the old Cheltenham Everton. Where'd you get this? Was that? Oh, that's yesterday. That was the final score for yesterday. You crackpot. Who is that? Who posted that there? That was you crackpot. You. I thought I was away looking for a thing with the Juve Sampdoria. I was away looking for the stream. I'm on First Row Sports now. I'm on feckin' no First Row Sports. Chasing down a link for that game to give you that live. I couldn't see it. And then I just remembered I read it. I read it in the thing with. We get beat. Right, hold on. This might feck it all up. Hold on. Right. And right, Cheltenham Everton just started 10 minutes ago. Cheltenham Everton. We could be getting a link if this might actually. It's still coming through here. It's still moving up and down. Oof! Oh, it's gonna bust my eardrums. See, when you go into that tune is just the most annoying tune. We got a party. The ex-girlfriends. Dig into that and you get hit with that. There's your frothy bits in it. We'll just turn this sound down. Bust my eardrums here. Now we've got the Everton Cheltenham game. It's 0-0. Everton Cheltenham 0-0. Everton Cheltenham. Oh, don't close it. Phew. Right, we're not getting called by Central FM. We've messed it up. We fecked it up completely. We feckin' fecked it. Who's that? You reading the Daily Record while you were in the radio? You read it in the Daily Record, but this is just slander here. What is going down here? This is Black Ops here now, but the parrot here, he's hitting me with all sorts. He's saying that I was reading the record while we're in the Radio Clyde studio. And Tony Cassidy is here, parrot, you're barred from jumping a bus instead of appearing on the show last week. Shot exactly. You're right. Well done for it. I never even knew that. I never even, that wasn't even on my mind. I never even brought it. No, you're right. I know, exactly. Who's that, parrot? Where are you coming from, Blanking Tommy? Get him phone. No, he's banned. He's banned. His behaviour. He is the first person that I'm banned on Celtic Community Radio. The parrot is banned. At least to the next time I phone him. Or he phones me. But no, listen. He has slandered me. He said I'm worse than John Hartson if I phoned Clyde. I was only phoning for publicity. No, he's even put down here. He's even put that I was reading the record in the Clyde studio. I'm worse than John Hartson. I've got it now. So I'm worse than John Hartson. I've read the Daily Rancid in the Radio Snide studio. And the coup de grace, the one I forgot about, and my good brother, Tony Cassidy, who sent me on a wild goose chase for the Juve game that happened yesterday. He pointed out last week, and it escaped my mind, while I was sitting offering him, well, it was fair, triple, quadruple fair out there, right? The bears were in the woods looking to scalp Tims everywhere. He jumps on a Corpy bus. He jumps on a Kunso bus when I was sitting there, the biggest shyster pirate king in town, when it was double, treble, quadruple fair. When it was open rip-off season, open wallet surgery was being performed that day. But crackpots are not even allowed to be doing it in normal times, yet they're let loose on those 2 days. And yet I sat there waiting, doing a show for the Bulging, and he blanked me. That's the level we're at, and now we're finding out, after that blanking, he's slandering me. I've got Amar Anwar. Amar Anwar is getting called here. I'm phoning Amar now. This is a civil rights case here. This is a civil rights case here. My rights have been infringed as a crackpot. My rights have been infringed as a crackpot. I can't phone up Radio Snide to get some publicity without being called Attila the Hun for the Sun, the Hun son. This is slander, and now he's asking me to phone him to get him on my show when he's blanked me. A show he could have sat there with the wee computer upon his lap. He could have sat there talking away, cash and carry, Scamp McDougall time, up to the Castle Mankey area. You know what I mean? I was in nosebleed territory. I was going out of bounds. I was heading over to Chateau de Lay with a bottle of Chateau Neuf de Pape, and he papped me out. He left me sitting there standing doing a live show while it was on top in my tin-foiled armoured Skoda. The old Arcala were out in force that day, and I'm sitting in the town on offer for the Arcala to come in and ransack me. They would ransack me. And this is how he repays me, slanders me, and asks to go on my show. What do you think? I'm finished. I'm finished with the show. I'm holding in my jaws. We're going to have to. How can I phone? I can't even phone him. He's not even got the thing we on. You can't even phone if you've not got your Skype on. I don't know. I wasn't even looking to phone you. I'm just looking to block him. Like, he's getting blocked. I'm blocking all my Skype. He's getting blocked on my timeline. Right, I've been slandered by the parrot. The parrot has uttered obscenities against my good character, crackpot character. He said that I was reading the Daily Rancid. Daily Rancid. Where is he? Right, can't even. Where is it? Right. And where is it on it? Right. Oh, he just appeared. No, it's alright. I'm not looking for yours. I'm looking for Amar Anwar. Amar Anwar. Oh, here. Hold on. Oh, he's phoning me now. No, you're blocked. No. That. No having it. No having it. Declined. You're banned. You're banned. The parrot has been banned. I've been slandered, and he's wanting to phone up. He's wanting to curry favour now. He's trying to get through. He's banned. The parrot has been banned. You can put a voice message through. You have been banned. The parrot has been banned. Tell 10 to tell 10. I've been slandered. My good crackpot character has been slandered. Right, we're phoning Amar Anwar here. Amar Anwar's getting called. Hello, assalamu alaikum, Amar Anwar.
No.
Oh, I've got the right number. I'm phoning to speak to my lawyer, Amar Anwar. Somebody slandered me. It's you, the slanderer. Harry Carpenter.
Oh, you cash and carry Hartson. Just zip it. Don't worry phone that much.
I was only wanting publicity, a free bit of publicity. What's the matter with you?
I tell you, I'll pay you jumping out to Belfast Main Street with a Celtic Community Radio sign. That's where all the action is now. That's where the bold Alex Thompson is.
Is he, aye?
I just watched his interview there, actually. Very good.
I don't know. What's he saying about it? What's he saying?
He interviewed some track pop guy. I don't know the guy's name. And I'm basically just showing you what's going on, saying that the city's in despair over the fact that obviously the tourism, etc., is going to begin doing this one and that. But it'll be on the Cat Shop, or you can watch it on phone on demand. It's worth seeing. Always looking at the bigger picture. No clamouring with a 102.5 ready to ring that much. All the Uncle Tim of FM.
But hold on. Do you think that I could get some publicity by phoning it in, and then no wanting to interact, but just saying, listen, I'm never coming on here again, and this is where you can find me, Celtic Community Radio.
You've had me come back from Bruce Forsyth.
No, but that's not a comeback. It's just to tell people where to find me now. So if I go on there and just finish with a GIRFUY, join me on Twitter, Tommy in Glasgow, or see me in Celtic Community Radio, because I'll not be back here. GRFUY. Before they can find the dump button, right, I've ripped it out and everybody's heard it, and I've done my bit and I'm gone. Surely I'm allowed one last time to try it on, to hit them with that. Now that I'm saying it now, I'll have to delete this before I can even do it. I was wanting to do it tonight and just hit them with one last bit of publicity. No, do you know that's a Black Ops? Is that not a Black Ops opportunity?
I'll tell you what, mate, you'd be better. Do you know what you'd be better doing? Going down to the STV studios, right? Right, getting into their basement and getting a legend STV out, Paladin the Lamp.
And what? Right, how sexy that
doing a live video podcast Skype show with the bold Paladin and Glenn Michael on it. And that's what'll get your ratings up.
Well, do you think there's more people that'll be tuned into Paladin than Radio Sniden, aye? I forgot about Paladin. Do you think there'll be more people tuned into Paladin than Radio Clyde, aye? Are you there?
I'm here. I lost you for a second there. What you saying?
I said, do you think there's more people tuning into Paladin than Radio Sniden?
Well, let's go down the route of Paladin the Lamp probably looks better than Hugh Keevins.
There's many people that look better than Hugh Keevins.
Well, as you say, I listened to, I obviously heard you call and I listened to the whole Central FM, right? And obviously, I think it was Peter Martin or Peter Maguire, as his real name is, he was doing the hosting, or what the Master D, or whatever you want to call them, Master of Ceremonies, or whatever, at the Larson events on the Friday and Saturday. But it just shows you, if you can sneak in and get 10 minutes worth of Larson, Larson's in town, surely Snide could have jumped in if they were interested to get him on for an interview, So if it's not an agenda that suits him, I believe I read this on the BBC sports section today online. Their new app's quite good, actually. MD Worldwide on the iPhone. It's available for free. It gives you all the latest updates. It's well worth downloading. But saying that the fact that Sevco are trying to sign Chris Boyd and Stephen Smith and Kenny Miller back in September, he'd be better just as I said, I tweeted earlier on, he's just going to be a cash and carry. I'm trying to remember who the manager was. Craig Brewster, it was in his 40s, still running about playing football too,
And so you hinted there that Peter Martin was the thing for Henrik Larsson. Any other inside info on that? Do you know anybody that went? What was the scoop? Was that correct?
No,
it was 20 quid for a picture with the bold Henrik. Is that true?
Well, one of the boys on Twitter quite graciously put a wee SoundCloud out there. It's available. It's on Graham's Beyond the Waves page. I had a listen. I think I've got the link somewhere. I can text it to you, whatever. And it was a good listen. To me, I'm quite. I don't know. £100 a head's a bit. For £100, and no disrespect to Henrik Larsson, but for £100 a head, mate, I'm looking for Lena Martel, David Bomper, call me old fashioned, But I believe Henrik got a set fee, which I probably went to his charity for setting up for a football foundation, and then the organiser kept the rest of the cash. But £20 a picture's a bit rich for me, mate. You know.
Yeah, I think it's to ask for £100. It's my friend from Barcelona's coming over next week. Him and his girlfriend are big Henrik Larsson fans also, and he just I said, why don't you come over for that? He says, no, it's not the right thing to do to pay to see someone you like that. He said it would besmirch the image and the view that he would have of them. You know, to actually pay £100. The thought of paying £100 to meet somebody, he would rather just have it as a case of, rather just keep it the way it is. No get to meet him. You know, to pay £100 to meet somebody like that. So I can understand where he's coming from. So how many people went to it? Was there a good turnout for the 2 nights?
Yeah, I mean, for what I believe, Tommy, I mean, it was sold out. I know a few lads that were chasing up tickets. It's a bit of, you never want to meet your heroes. That's why I was scared to go into your tinfoil covered Skoda. That's how the homeboys got me a limo when I'm scurrying up South Glasgow, you know.
So you say, oh, the rain flow shite at the moon. You're clutching at straws here. You blanked me. I was sitting there around the corner for where you were having your mellow buzz, and you blanked me. I was waiting to get into your motor and being attacked by News International. John Hartson sitting in the back doing a Godfather on me, get out on me. I've had the same Sun reporter having a go at me in the last few days, and they follow me on Twitter. But it just shows you the interaction of the Bampots news, at the fact that I had the Sun journalist who I believe you talked to on the phone the first time. What's his name? What's that nondescript crackpot called? Again, Grant or something, isn't it? Aye.
Ronnie.
Oh, Ronnie. Who am I getting confused on? The STV.
Listen, he ended up being a nice enough guy. I put a tweet out which he disagreed with a few yang and yas, and I was very nice about it. And then he's probably listening now if he is. Hello, Ronnie. And then I put one out over the rest.
Oh, hold on. You can put a shout out and hello. Oh, hello, Ronnie. And I'm having a yin and a yang on Twitter. What newspaper does he work for again?
Well, what's it the full story?
What was the full story? All right, okay, I'm go.
Right, so anyway, I put a tweet out that says if Effie Ambrose had walked off the park after the way he was racially abused, or allegedly racially abused, I'd like to think about the Dundee fans weren't doing that, or the small percentage of them weren't doing it. I say Scottish football would, the Scottish hacks would have probably accused them of being doing the game of dysfunction. And anyway, X amount of people retweeted it, and the next thing you know, the bold journalist in question come back and said, "Oh, that's a bit naughty calling us all racist, tut tut tut." So I replied to him, "Well, only if you admit you're a hack." So we had a few yings and yangs about it, and then everything sort of fizzled down. But I think it's the case that one of the boys on Twitter today who does Total Celtic, he does a lot of stuff and tweet research and find out what's going on. The same way as Tony Cassidy does, etc., getting all the links out for players. And STV basically hoodwinked this guy and basically plagiarised it as their own work. So I think it's as much as it's a point of interest for everybody to serve Clyde, STV and the Daily Record, I think it's also important that we actually block them through our internet tweets accounts, because we've got enough good information amongst our own community that we don't need anybody from outside dipping their nose in, if you know what I mean.
So what are you hinting at then? You're hinting that, because I mean, I've heard people arguing on Snide before. I think it was where that crackpot's moved to America, and it's like listening to two bald men fighting over a comb. Who came up with this first, or who came up with it? Now, I'm not a journalist, right? But the journalists seem to take pride in being the first one to say they told you it. That's what they like to say. Oh, we brought you this first. So it always seems to be a clamour of one-upmanship. I mean, to get the exclusive, we spoke to this person, we spoke to that person. So what you're finding now is that the internet bampots have got more information, and we're disseminating it and giving it out there quicker. I even had my own case of that happening. I think anyway, remember that call with Imran Ahmed I did in July? Because straight after that, there was nowhere at all that was mentioning it, that the Rangers were doing a or the Sevco anyway, were doing a share issue. But straight after it, a day after it, BBC came out and were saying, oh, the share issue will be done for October. Now, it's happened for other people as well, where they're taking this information. So are you proposing then, the Bulging, that we should block these people out so that they can get this 1 month up mission and say, oh, we scooped you to it? Because the case we know is they never told the exclusive on what was happening at Rangers. It was other Celtic-minded people that told us the exclusive. But these chancellors, these fly-by-nights who just sit there. So now, instead of waiting for it to come through their sources and whatever the press agencies, now they're sitting there tuned into the moon, wired up to listening to Parrot and fellow internet bandpots. Is that what you're reckoning then, brother?
I would say the best, for me the best, people might disagree. Obviously you've got somebody like Jim Spence who knocks out good stuff in the north east of Scotland, etc. But to me the best guy on Twitter to follow is Alex Henley, or O'Henley, who does the UEFA stuff, but his football exclusives, he's an hour or 2 hours before everybody else that's going on. But I think it's important that it's quite ironic, like the gentleman in question, when I was having a tweet with him, that Ronnie, and I tweeted him, I says, I just wish my journalist hero, and I mentioned the French journalist who appears on ITV, Philippe Eclair. I says, I just wish Philippe Eclair tweeted me as much as you do. And he tweeted back me French football, and I tweeted him back saying, well, I says, actually, his European knowledge has been so refreshing. I think we've got to look at that, a nation that prides itself on being so excellent at what they do and how Radio Snide, etc., pat themselves in the back. When did you ever see, apart from Gordon Strachan, or maybe you'll get somebody like Royal McAvaney or Patrick Barclay, when do we ever see a Scottish journalist being national, being on like an English news debate or anything like that? You know, they're very, very limited. But all I would say is that we get enough. If you block certain aspects for people seeing what you're doing, it means you're not making their life easy. So, you know, if they're sitting behind the desk getting paid $50,000 a year, and you're out in your tinfoil covered Skoda, doing what you do and getting your scoops and getting your exclusives, you can just sit in an office drinking a cup of coffee, doing what you do, getting your scoops you've got with Imran. I mean, what would have happened if you hadn't phoned Craig White months ago?
I know. And here, by the way, Radio Shortbread have pulled out an interview a year late with David Taylor. I had an interview last year with David Taylor. The last time he had an interview was with me sometime the start of last January, probably exactly a year ago. I spoke to. Is that interview been aired yet? The one that they trailed the weekend, has that been put out there? The David Taylor one, or is that?
I don't know, mate. I've been totally down to you. I've hardly been on, mate. But I mean, the other, as I say, the other side is that we're saying about starving folk off. It's not. When's the last time, apart from when Alex Thompson was briefly in Scotland, you know, doing what he did, and I believe the Sunday Herald did a ferocious hatchet job on the late Hugh Adams at the weekend. I really, I mean, I never read it or anything, but I've seen various points, certain lads highlighting various things that have been said, you know. So, but I mean, as I say, Tommy, don't get me wrong, Paul, it's with advertisement. I mean, who actually? I mean, listen, there's still guys in my timeline at Foley, Snide and whatever, but who physically actually listens to that station and gets anything refreshing or anything new, or a scoop or an exclusive, or they get somebody in an interview? You know, it's just they've got a siege mentality where the whole world's against them. It's a bit like maybe somewhere west of Scotland, 80 miles. The good old days are over. They're living in a tunnel and they don't want to see what's actually happening in the real world. So the fact that everybody, to be a journalist maybe 30 years ago, you needed contacts, you had phone numbers, you knew somebody that worked at a club, you had a mole, you dropped £50 a month to get the intake. Now with social media, all you've got to be able to do, you follow footballers on Twitter, there's the gentleman who's hopefully signed for Celtic today, his agent put the information on Facebook first. I think it's very important to realise when the man appeared at Glasgow Airport on Friday, that the fact that STV had cameras there for interviews, and basically the player talked for a second, but the agent couldn't wait to get Elliot away, because he knew that Celtic now have got their own YouTube channel set, so we've got our own media, we can propagate our information. We don't have to rely on STV or anything like that. So to me, just if you don't follow Clyde, any of the STV guys, even though you listen, they'll probably never look at any of the cash and carry nonsense I come out with. I've blocked them all, mate. I don't want any of them looking at any of my stuff. But you think of your timeline and how much. And listen, I know they could go to your SoundCloud account and get various things off you, but you think if you start doing off, how much of their so-called research work do they do, and the interaction they get, and some of the standard of some of the, I wouldn't even say Celtic guys, Scott Sean or other football fans that interact with them, how much of their job's done for them now? I mean, what's the difference? What's the difference to that journalist 20 years ago who had to go out and chase a story? Now they're just sitting in front of a laptop and see what the Bandpox are saying.
But that's what I'm saying, we can't do anything about it. The only thing that we can do then for that, I mean, is just to keep doing it, because then they're just showing them up for what they're doing, just to keep doing what we've been doing, bringing the stuff there before they can do it. Because, like you say, if Celtic now announce it through Twitter or go on their YouTube channel, whatever, they can put stuff out there. The fans, if the club are happy to beat the media that way by sending it direct to the fans and then letting the media piggyback, because later on you'll see it later on Thingway, and they'll have to give the where it came from, basically, isn't it? So, well, sometimes they don't even do that. But yeah, there's not a lot we can do. I think we just got to keep doing what we can do. Just like you say, blogging, writing books, singing tunes, and then podcasts and broadcasts, and showing them up for what they should be doing. Because at the end of the day, if they're just going to regurgitate the same old shite and pap over and over again, then, I mean, for me, I'm a captive audience at times when I'm working at that time. I'm a captive audience, and I tune into Classic FM or Radio 4 just to get away for that nonsense, because it irks me and it upsets me that how, as soon as they put somebody on there who's spouting shite, it's just, I mean, it's brain dead radio. It's an insult to your intelligence. And like I say, it was slander, mate, what you were saying earlier on there. I only wanted to interject with my name and thing, but I'm glad I stepped off the ledge and I seek counselling, and I looked at the chat there. It was better than phoning the Samaritans. If you want to phone Clyde, don't check out the Parrots timeline, Tony Cassidy, Pat Warren, North East Boy, Arthur Rusk, and they'll talk you down off the ledge. Thanks a lot, lads, for helping me out there, for being close to the abyss. But come on, are you going to retract that statement? How can it be worse than what John Hartson did?
Well, I don't know. I've heard he's looking for a ghostwriter to talk about the battle in Dundee, and he's put your name forward for it, a scam, the game he wasn't it, but there was all sorts of sectarian singing, and there was. I put on Twitter last night. There's a riot in Dundee, but there's a disturbance in Belfast, according to Sky. Not that one.
But hold on, right? So I'm getting chastised for even thinking about going on to the competition, but can you tell me, because I don't know word or anything what Thingway said, Big Hartson said, but can you exclusively reveal, have you read the piece?
I did. I read it. I read the piece.
So you read an article from the Scum?
What? No, somebody put it in Twitter longer.
But you've still read an article from the Scum?
That was cut and pasted. I never at the page wasn't hit.
I've never even looked at myself. I've kept away from it. I didn't even want.
Well, listen, I would be a cash and carry Hartson if I slagged Hartson off about an article that I didn't read. So if I've read all your articles shite, and if you said no, I've not read it, I just heard it was shite. So I read it through Twitter longer to see what shit had been gossiping about. Obviously, you did the initial phone call, and when you said the magic word gossiping, the journalist admitted that I had been, and then he seen him forward that he had to contact a mere humble internet band portal like ourselves to say, oh yeah, that most journalists or most footballers get their articles ghostwritten. So, and obviously, then they said, yeah, but John made sure that he'd read everything in it. So, and I don't think he realised that. I mean, obviously, it's clear me. He works for a national newspaper, but I don't think he grasped the fact that. I mean, Hartson's got more clubs than Tiger Woods. He's a Swansea fan, he's a Liverpool fan, he's a Celtic fan. I mean, he'd probably get £4 million off Celtic wages, etc. I'd get a Celtic tattooed man for £4 million too.
You're slandering the good John Hartson. He scored a wicked goal against
Liverpool.
He helped us to lead cups. And now you're questioning his principles. Yeah, that was classic journalistic skills there. As I put your head on the block, you wriggle it out and you place it with John Hartson. The question I put to your good self, brother, was I knew that it was full of shite. I didn't have to go and look for a copy and paste. The fact that it's for the Sun, right? The good Billy McNeil, right, who we should look up to, is from your neck of the woods. He lifted the big cup, yet he writes for them. Yet I don't say anything bad against him, and I don't read his comments. I'd rather not. I would rather block it out from me. See, I don't watch TV, and that makes me block out the adverts that are there to sell you shit. So I block it out, but you let it in, brother. From somebody who says,
well, I mean, listen, before
you let it in. You read an article for the Sun. I'm getting one back here, brother, because you said I was worse than Hartson if I phoned there, but you actually read it.
You keep this up, you're worse than Jangle Jackson, and then you're cash and carry nonsense.
We keep talking about you read it. I'm just pointing out you're the one that read it. I knew if it's going to be for that paper, then it's going to be shite anyway. So there was no point in reading it. But knew it was ghost. Tell me this, and I might let you off. Did you read it prior to the call that I made to the newspaper, or did you read it after it?
I read it after it.
All right, I'll let you off.
Honestly, I couldn't have even told you the great Lithuanian Billy McNeil wrote for the newspaper. I have nothing to do with tea, and I find it quite sad today that the fact that a member of the Sevco PR organisation that sort of had a go at Celtic over Celtic putting an article out saying that they'd won the last ever Glasgow Derby, and then Celtic talked through the Daily Record, sort of just laughing it off. You know, we should have just starved it off and not went through that rag either. You know, I think it's important to notice. I mean, once again, that the figures are showing that the Daily Record and the Sunday Herald, the Sunday Mail, they're all crashing for me. You know, and I find it quite ironic that Alex Salmond's pushing for an independent Scotland, but what we're going to have to do for a newspaper, read the Irish Post, because we have no free journalism up here.
We never have. That's the only way forward. Did you read the Irish Post yourself? Would you recommend it?
I read it, believe it or not, you're going to laugh, I read the Sunday Times once a week.
I read the Financial Times at least once a week, or maybe once every couple of weeks. That's where I get my information. I knew about Fairpack and the disaster of Northern Rock prior to it all happening from the good Financial Times, but you need to pick out, it's heavy reading, it is heavy reading to be honest, but I remember the quote from Noam Chomsky when he says, you want to find anything out, read the Financial Times, because they put stuff in there because they don't expect ordinary plebs to read it and dissect it. Yet if you put some of the information in the Financial Times in your Scum or your Daily Rancid, you would have open revolt in the streets because of the truth and they tell about the banks and the stuff going there. But would you glean for your paper then? You get it once a week?
Primarily I read it for the culture section, and I read it for William McElhenney's column at the back of the Sunday Times, which is just excellent, you know. And he's talked up Celtic during the European campaign. Very balanced views, and it's decent sports journalism, and obviously they used to have a Scottish edition of it, which obviously due to the sessions and the paper's been cut back recently. But no, I mean, as I say, I think it's quite ironic that areas like Aberdeen and that have got the Prescient Journal, which is a well received, enjoyed paper. You know, whereas the rest of Scotland now, papers like the Evening Times, that's basically just used to find out, as I've said to you before, Senger's lost her cat up the tree, or who half the streets died, and the obituary notices, you know. So, as I say, the legacy of guys like, meaning, if Darrell King, God love him, he's away to America to live in. I wonder if he'll have any regret looking at the mess he's left. I mean, we've all maybe left jobs, turned around and looked and went, oh, well, did a good job there, or was it? I think did you let anybody down? And his blinkered views are trying to keep. And listen, fair play to the guy. He supported a football team that didn't survive, and he tried his best and whatever else. And even then, he was that loyalty. As soon as they've died and they're trying to get this new cash and carry tribute act up and running, he's away to Florida to play golf. But I mean, obviously he was the editorial control of the Sunday Herald, the Herald, and the Evening Times sports sections. So, as I say, I think if somebody like Graham Spears now, who's starting to do regular columns for the Herald, but nobody's really doing a good gut-wrenching knife. I mean, as you're talking about, guys like Longmuir, why is somebody like he dictating to what a club like Celtic should be doing? I mean, that would be like somebody going to BPL and saying, right, we're going to let the Barnsley chairman decide how the Premiership's run.
Aye. For anybody listening in, you can phone in on 0141 416 1888. Yes, we've got number 1888. Phone in, but listen, I want to take you back to something you said there, if you don't mind, brother.
Go for it.
The Times, was that the Sunday Times?
Mm-hmm.
The Sunday. Who's the proprietor of the Sunday Times?
Well, I think it's getting sold very soon, isn't it?
You're acting like a journalist. A question that I'll put to you again. For the
I believe it's a man.
Right?
I believe it's a man called James Murdoch who runs it.
All right, just to confirm that, so it's a Murdoch News Corporation. So, is there any explanation for yourself having slandered me?
Well, definitely, because being a big 18 fan of the 80s, it was howling mad Murdoch, and when I seen the Murdoch, I thought, I'll buy it. That's how I started.
We're losing you here. We're losing you. Your excuse is getting lost in the internet Bampot feed. Are you there?
I'm still here, but listen, I'd like to throw something at you. I was just very surprised how good. I was just very surprised how good the line is when you contacted the Scottish Sun. Were you in having a wee yellow bird and the bird being cream with them or something, and you just made it look as if it was a phone call? What happened there?
This is slander. This is crackpot McDougall time again. You throw something back at me as irrelevancy when I've hit you the nail on the head. You've slandered me at the start. I banned you. You've managed to worm your way in somehow like Mad Tommy for Glasgow can get on under the radar. You've got on here, and now after slandering me, and you hit back with that. I just asked the question: who owned the Sunday Times? Who owned the Sunday Times, or who owns it? And it's Murdoch. So you're reading a Murdoch paper. So what about the Sun? You wouldn't buy the Sun because it's Murdoch owned.
But you look at a station you're very friendly with up to recently was owned by Murdoch, Talk Sport.
No. I think you've got your information there wrong.
I think you find it was owned by Rupert's Ruffians, owned it up to recently, or a wee while ago. It was bought over a few years ago.
A good few years ago. It was always disputed by Rupert, by George Galloway. Anybody put that across? And indeed, being a good friend of that station for many, many yonks. It was prior to the time of UTV, and UTV took over a way back early 2000s time. So it was prior to that.
Well, the only reason I'm so confident is the fact that I've seen a BBC documentary on it saying that the Sun newspaper sent somebody up to Liverpool to say, listen, we made an arse of the tragedy and we're reporting of it, and could you give us another chance? And the people of Liverpool, quite rightly so, said, you chase us, we're not interested. And then they said, can I ask what radio station you're listening to? And they say, yeah, I'm a Talk Sport man. They'll say, do you know what, who actually owns it? So I think it was Mackenzie, who was the chief executive, who obviously worked with the Sun at the time. So that's what it's all been down.
Well, of course, I mean, it is hard to avoid paying that person money or that family money. If you don't watch TV, if you don't buy newspapers, it's hard to avoid.
Can I actually want to listen? This is really getting personal. You can feel free to hang up. I mean, I remember I told you that time I sent you a link for the
fuck it. Hanging up. He's hung up. I've just hung up. Can't be bothered. I'm not answering it. I don't want to talk. You're banned again. You're asking a personal question. Personal questions. Banned. Banned. That man is banned until the next time I call him. You there? You gone? Come back. I was only winding you up. I was only having a giraffe. Come back. Oh, it's ringing.
Oh.
Aye, what's happening? Sorry about that. I was just...
No, I was just saying to you there, obviously when the great Alex Thompson was doing at Kelvin Mackenzie's trying to get his motor, and I noticed a tinfoil covered Skoda at the side of the house. Was it you, Tommy Gold?
It wasn't. I'm Thomas J. Clark. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. No, sorry about that. I was best. Everybody thought I was funny there. When you asked that, I cut you off there, mate. I was you're getting cut off. You're not asking me personal questions. But no, it wasn't me, mate. The Bull Thompson. No, I don't. Where did he?
You're like cash and carry Shaggy saying it wasn't me. You're denying everything. I'll catch you.
It wasn't me. I've cut you out here personally. You've been caught out buying a Murdoch paper. You got a corporation bus to avoid me, and it's all coming out.
The homeboys limo. I think you like to give away Hail Media as well.
Homeboys limo, what, a 56 bus? But anyway, so have you anything decent to tell us except to come on here and slander us and tell us about your shite reading material? I would imagine reading that at times. I mean, is it because of the size of it? It stops you having to buy toilet paper for
who owns the Financial Times?
Was it Murdoch? I doubt that.
Oh,
away you go. It's no Murdoch owns the Financial Times.
It is.
Oh, away, fun shite to the moon. Murdoch owns the Financial Times. He can't even spell financial. And Murdoch and his boy wouldn't even know about it anyway. He would just deny it. No, he doesn't own the Financial Times. That's separate. That's a separate entity. But anyway, no. But no, I'll look out for it.
I have got a very relevant point actually, if you don't mind.
Yes, on you go, caller. What's your point, caller? What's your point? Come on, you've been on here long enough. Come on, we have to rush you. Come on, hurry up. Come on, make your point, caller. You're ranting. This is a fucking rant. This is some rant you're doing. You come on here ranting all the time. Make your point, caller.
It's just about obviously the Suarez game yesterday with the handball incident.
Aye.
Right. Well, obviously, I don't know if you're aware of the commentator. I think it's John Champion came out and made a statement saying, "Oh, it was cheating." And basically, it was berated by Liverpool Football Club and supporters, and ESPN basically had to release a grovelling apology saying that the commentator had been chastised for his comments. And I tweeted Celtic earlier on asking, and ESPN at the same time saying, is there any chance that Celtic can ask for an apology over the fact that Mr. Stephen Craigan, the ex-legendary international Partick Thistle and Honourable player, came out and was asking for Vincent Looney, the SFA compliance officer, to get involved with the Kelvin Wilson elbowing, but nothing got back to me. You know, if Liverpool's wrong and Liverpool's not right, you've got to back Liverpool's stance 100% at the fact they go toe-to-toe with the media. And it's just something I wish Celtic did a bit more. You know, instead of playing, if our chief executive chased up ESPN as hard as he chases the Green Brigade, I think the club would be in a better state.
True. And going slightly on to Liverpool, why do you think it is that they're being targeted in this way? Ever since that incident with the Man United player, Evra, it was Evra, wasn't it? The media has come down strongly against Suarez and Liverpool. Do you think this is unjustified? Do you think this is an agenda against Liverpool FC for some reason by media outlets? Because it seems to be coming from your usual outlets in the media who are attacking it. Because on one side, Liverpool has done the media up like a kipper. I mean, not that it intended to do it, but the media did them up like a kipper. But now revenge, or not, it shouldn't be classified as revenge, but at least the truth has been outed and the justice has started to come and shown up the elements of the media for the skullduggery that they did. Do you think that in some way this is a black ops operation by elements of the media to attack Liverpool Football Club? Because by the back door, through Suarez and through his actions, like everything, I mean, I haven't read any of the newspapers, I haven't seen any of the TV, I haven't seen the goal, I don't know what anything is about. It's only by snippets that I've heard through the radio and such like, but it seems to me all the time that everything's been pointed ever since the run-in with the head honcho of the Masonic Brigade, Mr. Ferguson's team. It seems that he's got all his brigade on side, and it's been constant attack on Liverpool. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a half paranoid Liverpool fan. What do you think of that one?
I think the unfortunate thing is that the goal yesterday was reeked very much like Thierry Henry's for the answer against Ireland. And if Liverpool had won 2-0 yesterday, I think it would have been put to bed. But the fact it was 2-1, and it was quite a. And listen, I'm no doubting the guy that he is. If it'd been a one-off incident with Suarez, it'd have been fine, you know, and it could have been laughed off. But he's consistent. I mean, he's a fantastic football player to you. He obviously is, you know. But I think a player like him, maybe he's a bit like a Balotelli. He's too. The difference is Balotelli's a great footballer, but doesn't he turn it on all the time? And Man City can afford to get rid of him. It's not going to be a great loss. Liverpool sort of know that if Suarez leaves Liverpool, they're in trouble. You know, I know they're signed a lad Sturridge, etc. But it was quite poor taste, and it was a shame to see. And listen, the opposition manager came out and was decent enough about it, etc. It was a nice wee set up by the club. But I wouldn't like to question the fact if there was an ulterior motive. But I'd like to commend Liverpool for the fact that they actually went toe-to-toe with ESPN and got an apology off them. And I think Celtic as a football club, we aren't socially aware enough that the fact that we go toe-to-toe with and I mean, the money we get off of ESPN, Sky, whatever, it's chicken feed to what we get off UEFA.
It is. But see, the thing that's hamstruck Celtic is that any time that they have went toe-to-toe with anybody, then everything comes down on top of them, the way the situation is up here. Liverpool, quite rightly, if they go toe-to-toe, I mean, what can I ask, was it as bad as you said there, Henry? Was it as bad as that? Aye.
Aye, it wasn't nice, mate. It wasn't nice. My personal point of view, you know, it wasn't the best. But I mean, the stuff you're saying about Liverpool, I mean, the problem Liverpool, I think, is a club, and they are a big club, and they've won whatever they've won. But they're no building a new stadium. They keep spending money they've no got. Sometimes saying it's going to pop, isn't it?
Right, hold on. Somebody's asking. The number to phone in is 0141 416 1888. If you're in Ireland, you can phone the show in Dublin 01 254 4567. If you're in North America, you can phone Boston 617 963 0967. If you're in Melbourne, Australia, it's 03 9013 6767. If you're a brain dead zombie away in flying, no, it's 0203 290 6090. Or just add me, Tommy in Glasgow. Sorry, bro.
If other folks want to phone in, mate, I'll let you go. But listen, I got my press pass through today.
No, you're not going anywhere. We're herding you down. You're not allowed to leave here now. Now that we've got you here, you can't leave. The doors are shut. We're keeping you here.
I know you're caddying for John Hartson at the Celtic Manor this year.
Listen, I'm parked outside your house now. You better get out here. I'm taking you down to Crawford roundabout for a wee jig. We're going for a square jig. You've slandered me all over the place for your sunshine state of Aloha Rutherglen. You better get your Archibald out here. You've slandered me enough. I'm the caddy of John Hartson. I don't even know golf. I tried going to the golfing range, my wee boy, trying to learn it, but oof. I hit the flare of the driving range and I done my elbow in for about two runs. If I could just say though, being nice about the Hearts and Clan, I had the honour of meeting his father in Seville the night before the game, and his dad is an absolute gentleman. So hopefully his dad will hold him boxing a bit years. Can you not forgive him? But can you? When all said and done, and he without sin cast the first stone. He who lives in glass houses throw the first stone. But can you, for what he did for us, right? And he's wrote some comments. Tommy. And again, hold on. I'm giving you. I don't know one word that he said. I'm going in here to say what you've said and other people saying. And if he's attacking Celtic fans, it's out of order, right? And if he doesn't do it, and if he's fitting the media agenda, it's out of order. I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying I agree with you. But for me, I can blame myself to people's faults because I've got so many more myself, right? But when somebody gives something so good to Celtic, I'm willing to thing me, get me his phone number and have dialogue. What about having dialogue with the brother? Can we know try and change his opinion? Can somebody get his number? We can get him on this show and get him to explain it. Would that not be a better way? And tell him tell him to shut the media down.
Celtic people on Twitter's tried to interact with him and he's just blocked them. All I'd say is, Tommy, right, if John Hartson had been at Dundee and sat in that ground and wrote an article, no material if it's the son of the record, well, fair enough, mate, we're at the game, fair enough. Now, if John Hartson had been at the game and they get somebody to go through the article for him saying, well, this is what happened, this is what's happened, and the guys wrote the article for him and it's out in the paper, as I said, fair enough. John Hartson's taking money commenting on a sporting event that he wasn't at. He's like a Sun journalist basically telling what's going to be said. He's mentioned sectarian singing, 70 people being thrown at the ground, various other alleged incidents.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, we've got a good brother here bringing him in. Hold on. Oh no. Paul.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, we've got a good brother here bringing him in. Hold on.
Paul. 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 What are you doing? Right, he's made me hang up on time, right? What's he doing? Hold on, this is a Zoom call. Are you there?
I'm still here,
Right, hold on, I can add people to it, so let me see, hold on. Right, I've added Paul, he's phoned in, see if I can add him. Add to conference, alright, here we go. Let's see if we go. Wait, is he coming? Paul, are you there? Hello? Come in, Drum Chapel. Drum Chapel, can we have your votes, please? Can we have your votes, please, Drum Chapel?
Can you hear me?
Yes, this is Postle Park, Castlemilk, calling Drum Chapel, Postle Park.
My phone, I've got you on my phone here, hold on, give me a minute.
Listen, hang up on a phone in your phone, I've got your phone number, I'll phone in your phone. Right, hang up, if he's having problems there, right? Hold on, right, so we add, how can we add, right, so we put it in here, add people, we don't want to add people, we add somebody's number, right? Stay there, Paul, phone in your mobile, how's that? That number that I phoned on the hang, mate, I'll phone it now, hold on, so how are we going to get you, where have we got you? Right, I've got you here. Stay there. Hang fire or phone your mobile, bro. Hang fire. If you're listening on your wind-up computer there, if you're sitting there with your wind-up computer, we're getting the panel in from the drum in a minute. We'll get the panel from the drum, and it's the good brother's number. The drum is 07. That's all right. I'll not repeat it. I'll just say it in my head. Right, I've got it here. Let's see. Right, add. Right, so hold on. So we calling. How do we call? Call group. Stephen, are you there, Stephen? Who's there? Here we go. We're calling everybody. We're phoning everybody who's coming in. Are you there? You there?
Hello there.
Right. Paul, am I phoning you in the drum bell, aye? And am I phoning you?
You're phoning me on my mobile. I've got my computer on, man. There's all sorts of things happening.
Right, well, reject your computer call. Reject that computer call.
I'm going to turn the volume.
You there, Stephen, as well, aye? Stephen.
I'm here, mate, aye.
Hey, we're doing it. Paul, I'm still phoning you in your computer, man, there it says here. Or is it? That's it. Right, Postle Park to the drum to Castle Mankey. We're all on board, aye? What's your point, caller, for the drum?
Oh, I thought I was in the city. Well, I just phoned it up to fucking see you all right. To be honest.
How come?
I just couldn't get it. I was on the actual point, hold on a minute, you plug a starter and give a second. The actual point I was phoning up for was just to see what sort of English football fan he's mad. Who cares about Liverpool?
True. But we were discussing. What we talk? How did we go into discussion about Hearts and anyway? No, we were discussing about the. I know.
Who really cares about him? Because he's blown a gasket. Idiot.
Who, Hartson?
Well said, Ollie. Well said. Banned for the schemes. Banned for the schemes. The Welsh Reserve bit.
So you're saying we shouldn't give. Who, Hartson?
Finished. Until he sees I'll never write for the Sun again, he's finished to me.
Fair point. But hold on, but do you not think you should have... Well, it was because of the comments you're finished with him, and it's because you're writing with the Sun, but how long have you been writing?
When he was writing for the Sun, he was just calling the Sun I kind of turned a rather cheeky about it. He's right for his game. But then when he comes out and starts to slag his Celtic supporters in the Sun, no, that's a step too far.
True.
He's taking an apology. He's taking an apology the other day. A wee red circle saying, and that was, no, well, he apologised on Twitter. He didn't apologise in the paper. What he said was, oh, Peter Lawwell says it, so I'm entitled to say it. No chance, man. This is a watershed. See what's happening with Phil McGillivan and with Angela Haggerty and John Hartson and Neil Lennon and Peter Lawwell. This is a watershed amongst the child support. This is a watershed as far as I'm concerned, and you've got to decide what way you want your club to go.
Hold on. The sound. Stephen, are you there, Stephen?
I'm here. Well, listen, hang on and just keep Paul on, and I'll talk to you later on.
God bless me. Right, no, because it seems to be a bit thing, but it's a bit... Right, okay, Stephen, I'll speak to you soon, right? God bless.
Alright, I'll try that.
I was up there.
I'll speak to you later.
You there? Paul, aye?
I'm still here.
Aye, it seems my wee netbook can't hold the two calls. Seem that. But never mind. No, but listen, or the three was all talking, but right. Well, you're convincing me, right? Because I've had a lot today since the game last week. As soon as the Christmas period finished, on, was it Thursday or whatever? And then I went on, I was doing my shift, so I've been busy. I've not really, I don't watch the TV much, Paul. I've not even seen the clips of the goals of that game, right? As I say, I generally don't.
Goals,
I don't read the papers, and so I've only glimpsed of what's been said by Hartson through what people have told me, you and Parrott. Now, I've attempted, right, to take what you call the devil's advocate view when you've come on and other people spoke to me about it, because I can't really offer a comment, right? And at the start, I never really offered a comment because I hadn't read it, but offering a comment on what you're saying, right, regards Hartson selling. Do you think he's selling us out? Do you think you mentioned all the names there, all these people? Do you think these people, and you say they'll turn us into a Hibs? Do you think they're all selling the club out? Is that what you're saying, brother?
I think they're selling the support out. I think they're trying to dilute the support. I don't think there's any doubt about that, and I think that's been happening for years. But in the past couple of months, in the past year, it's been very, very apparent, and I think. And since Dundee, when you see these careerist Celtic fans coming out and doing their blogs and all that, I think it's pretty obvious what's happening. I think you need to be blind not to see what's happening.
And so you say they're also dilute, right? Would you say the dilution of the Celtic support, watering it down to disassociate itself from its roots, its Irishness? Is that what you're saying? And the dilution and the divide, is that what you're saying, Paul? That they're trying to
well, you know my feelings on it, Tommy. We spoke many times before. It means a lot to me. These things, because to me, I know a lot of people don't see Celtic the way I see it, and that's fair enough. I'm not saying that they're any less a Celtic fan than me. Some of them are probably more a Celtic fan than me, but you can't deny what we are and what the core of the support is. And if they're going to try and deny us that, then what's the point anymore? I mean, what is the point?
To deny us to sing songs?
Because it's the first time they'll be singing songs first thing is, how can you slag somebody for singing songs about the hunger strikers? I mean, how can you slag people about singing songs about the border campaign 1952 with Sean South and Frank O'Hanlon? How can you say that that's out of order? How can anybody say that that's out of order? It's not out of order. It's been signed since day dot. It's been signed since these things happened. And a way back when Celtic was in Celtic's inception, they sang God Save Ireland for the Manchester Mariners at the very first meeting at St Mary's. So how now is it suddenly, all of a sudden, oh, it's fucking a no-no? It's a concerted effort to make it a, some people say to make it a global brand, right? But see, we're our brand, it's our brand. And see if we're going to want to go and be a global brand and all that matters is the coin, then what is the point of Celtic anymore?
No, I hear you. And for me, right, I would never, right, to tell somebody to no do something, right, or especially in our own support, to say, come round and say to us, well, I'm not in a position, I'm just a fanny, mate, right, I'm nothing bigger, nothing special. If some people...
You're not a fan, Tommy.
No, but hold on.
You're a fan, but you're not a fan.
Cheers. But when you listen to other people, right, who have done something, who have wrote books or who have made blogs, right, for months, years on end, and obviously you said there that they become sort of a ticket or a celebrity, or they think they are, and then they think that they can use celebrity Celtic fans, I've heard it coined, and then they think that because they are something, they can sit there and patronise and talk down to people and pontificate, right? So I would agree with you. You've got a problem if people come and do that, right, and say, because what they're doing is they're thinking that their opinion is more valuable and better than you and me and the other ordinary fan, because they've done something.
And the worst it is, Tommy, they've all changed their opinion. Because you asked them 15 years ago, their opinion would have been different.
I agree with you. But the problem that you've got, and I'm sitting here agreeing with you, is if someone who puts themselves into a position by doing something or doing something repeatedly, and they get a following on Twitter or whatever, and then they write a blog and everybody says, oh, they're doing this and that. If they come out and say it, then you have to analyse, are they entitled to their opinion like you or I? Of course they are. But the problem I've got is because they're in a position, and they put themselves in a position, like you said there. How did you put it? Celebrity fan, or what was that you said?
A careerist fan.
A careerist fan, yeah. So the careerist fans who are now populating the blogs and the thing way, and because there's I don't know, maybe they think there's an opportunity there. The media's dying. So here, I've always thought of myself as a writer. Let's post a blog here, or post a blog there, and then they can sit and patronise the people, or don't sign this, because they're sitting there grandising, they've made themselves a name, or so they think, and they can turn round to ordinary Celtic fans, which they are just an ordinary person as well, but they think they're a ticket and can come down and do that. Now, I'll agree with you on that, but can I ask you, see the argument that they put, right, and I'm taking a devil advocate position there, see the argument that they're putting, that where they're saying how we want to move forward, right, and make it a global brand. Are you saying that that's all BS for a reason?
No.
What are you saying?
No, I'm not saying that's all BS, making it a global brand. We've always been a global brand. And the reason why we're a global brand is because it's not because we're a Hibs. We're a global brand amongst the Irish diaspora of the world. That's what makes it a global brand.
Correct.
And to try and dilute what we are and what we're all about, just because to appease those that despise us anyway, to me is a personal attack on me. It's an attack on my friends, it's an attack on my family, and they're saying to us, we're no real Celtic supporters anymore.
It's the ultimate sellout, what you're saying there. You're saying it's an ultimate sellout. And a line has to be drawn in the sand. A line has to be drawn in the sand.
I think this is a watershed. All these discussions, and it's coming to a head now. It's been going on for at least 2 or 3 years, and it's coming to a head now. And Celtic will need to decide what they're going to go down. They're going to stick up for the people that go and watch them and pay their money week in, week out, go to Europe, or they're going to turn their hat on the panty waiters at Celtic Park with the driving gloves. I mean, that's the situation we're in here now. The people that are doing blogs that weren't even at the game and all that shit. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Now, see, you're saying there, what you said there about the dilution, right, and the divide. Now, this, people could point out, was started when Fergus McCann came and says, stop singing Boys of the Old Brigade and other tunes.
Right.
Now, at that point, would you identify that could be a possible start of it then?
I would say that's certainly the case, Tommy. I would say that's certainly the case.
We're now almost 2 decades, about 18 years in the next couple of months, when that revolution took over. So say Fergus came in, and I don't know if it was right away when he started saying ban Boys of the Old Brigade, but give him a year's grace. But we're on 17, 18 years. Now, from that point, it's been a concerted attack by the temporary custodians of Celtic to lead us down the path of Edinburgh Hibernian to become Glasgow Hibernian. That's what you're saying, and that's what I'm agreeing with you. Because since then,
that was a bit of a clip. That was a bit of a clip saying we're going to end up like Hibs. That was a clip. We're never going to be Hibs. We're Celtic.
No, we're never going to. No, I know what you're saying, but that's the way.
Analogy.
But what I'm saying is that's what maybe the temporary custodians would like to whitewash ourselves into being an Edinburgh Hibs, a case of where they buckled when the pressure was put on by the establishment, where Robert Kelly didn't buckle by taking down the tricolour, but we now seem to have temporary custodians who are chasing what they call. Let me finish. They're chasing what they call global brand, but what I would suggest to you, brother, is they're chasing the filthy lucre. And what you're saying is they are deluded, because what they're going to do, they're going to disenfranchise the main support, people like yourself, from it, and so they're going to gain a superficial fan.
That's what's happening, Tommy. I'm sorry to say it, but that is what's happening.
So
we're the guys that go to away games. We're the guys that go to Europe. We're the guys that built this reputation. It's all these people on fucking internet with blogs. It's us.
Do you know? I went to every away game almost with my wee daughter last season, right? And I refused to sell into Celtic Park, right? I've been to one Celtic game this season, a half a game, and I left, right, because I wasn't feeling well anyway. I sore head, and I was in the area where I was sitting at Celtic Park. I hate sitting at Celtic Park now, Paul. Do you know why? Because since the era of Fergus, because the era of Fergus McCann. For the big games, right? But you sit there and it's not a big game, and you can hear all the people about what you classified as panty wetters moaning and criticising. Now, to moan and criticise your team, that's no supporting it, right? And you know, at one point, right, at that game when I left at half time, right, it was a European game, right, and my head was busting, right, but at a point when the fans stood up and said, "Stand up for the champions," 2 guys beside me moaned at that. Fucking moaned at that. This was one of the first games. Sorry for the language. Sorry.
I can imagine.
No, honestly, Paul. I mean, it made me upset and it made me scunnered, because the whole season previously I hadn't been to Celtic Park apart from the odd couple of games. But me and my daughter went Dunfermline, St Johnstone, everywhere. But because of these panty wetters, sat there and I couldn't. I was dismayed, Paul. I mean, apart from not feeling well and thingway, and I never walked out because of that. But when the bastards said that, the two of them, I can't be bothered with this, haven't they stand up? And I thought, fucking hell, we've came here for 4 years wanting to stand up and cheer on the champions, and now when one of the first games we get it, they're moaning about it. So what happened when Celtic, Fergus McCann came in? They chased the global brand. What is this global brand? Well, that's superficial fans who want to attack Neil Lennon or criticise Celtic, because it's easy to criticise and make yourself heard.
I've attacked Neil Lennon. I attacked Neil Lennon last week, Tommy.
I know that. But I'm talking about,
because I'll tell you why. I remember when Mark O'Neill was the manager, and 60,000 of us were at Celtic Park singing "Going Home, British Soldiers." And do you think if a press guy would even answer the question? But if he did, and he said to me, what do you think about the other thing of the day? Martin says, nothing to do with me. I'm not fucking going to answer that question. He wouldn't come out like Neil Lennon and say, oh, they're embarrassing the club. They're embarrassing their club and all that. Whose club are you talking about here?
I know. But listen, I wasn't criticising you. You had a right to attack Neil Lennon. Yours wasn't a superficial attack. Yours was an attack and a defence. Yours was a defence mechanism against an attack as a fan. But the people who attacked Neil Lennon, who shouted at him and washed their dirty living in public over just losing the odd game.
I've been defending Neil Lennon for the last decade.
Me too.
And for him to turn around and tell us, I'm embarrassing his club. What, man?
No, I hear you. And I remember I had that chat with you. Was it a week or two ago? We had that chat. We had the live show. Remember we did it. And again, I was trying to be the devil's advocate against you because obviously I'm sitting here trying to make a programme, bro, right? And you're putting a point strongly that I can come head to toe and disagree with you. If I disagree with you, I'm not going to lie to anybody and make a false disagreement with you. So if I have to sit on the fence as a devil's advocate to make it better radio, to ask you questions, then that's what I'll do. But don't confuse it, and anybody out there listening to it, don't confuse it. Because if there's a hun going to come on here and argue the argument with me, and I've got a different diametrical opposed thing with, then we're going to get a good radio.
No,
but if I've got the same argument as you, Paul, I'm agreeing.
But your show should be about people like me. I mean, I know my views are militant. I know a lot. Well, not a lot of people. There's a lot of people sharing my views, but there's a lot of people that don't. And that's fine. I'm quite willing to accept that.
And I'm willing for them to come on and chew the cud if I could get a better computer and get more than 2 people on there. But you are saying you're militant. But even what you are, right, or whoever it is, then if any Celtic fan dissuades that and says, oh, your point shouldn't be taken or put across because you're perceived as militant, I mean, I'm not going to put you down as a militant, right? I'm putting you down as a passionate Celtic fan who wants to be allowed to be a fan in his terms, has been allowed to be and not being dictated to by the enemy, because this is the main problem I've got.
It's just it's really, to be honest with you, it's no fun going to the football anymore, Tommy. I mean, see what this my boy, I wouldn't be at the games anymore because it's just shite. I'm sitting in beside the Green Brigade and I'm taking my boy and he but it's no fun anymore. They're trying to dilute it. It's just, you're paying all that money to go to football and it's just, I don't know. Obviously, you want to go and watch Celtic, you want to go and watch the football, you want to see Celtic scoring goals and winning games. Fundamentally, that's what it's all about. But you want to go and enjoy yourself as well.
No, well, listen.
I want to bring my boy up. I want my boy to have the memories. I did growing up watching Celtic, having the fun, having the laugh and all that. And it's not allowed anymore.
I know. That's what I was saying. Last season, I gave up my season ticket. Mantis took it on. Manty and Uncle took it on. Was under the John Barnes season. I gave it up just before Martin and Neil came back. But that was for family reasons at the time. But also for the fact that the way Celtic Park became on certain games, and I didn't like the delusion of Celtic fans. Like when I used to turn up when I was a boy in the jungle, right? And when I used to turn up when the Celtic ended, when I tried to get in before they put the closure on the jungle, if you didn't get in there early enough, you had to go to the Celtic end. But I grew up. I'm 40. You know what I mean? So I grew up on that atmosphere, and so when I sat. When I came back from England in Celtic's first season, so August 95, my mum bought us as a way to guarantee me to come up a season ticket in the new Celtic Park. And for those first few seasons, when we opened it and we started the thing but then the way teams would come, the thing that disillusioned me first of all was the way teams would sit there and play their football. And I wasn't watching football like a team would come out and play, it would just be sitting back there. But then through the period of time of Fergus McCann chasing the filthy lucre of the global brand, so to speak, the consumer, what we brought in, and with the price increasing, what we brought in was fans who are superficial, right, who are willing to pay the money, pay the big money, but they think that entitles them to sit there and criticise and not support, whereas the old time that I spoke about there, about the jungle, you remember the sing-songs I mean, people talk about the Green Brigade now, and it being organised and staged, but the Jungle organised and staged everything.
As far as I'm concerned, but as far as the Green Brigade are concerned, they're just a kind of forward to the Jungle. They're just marking the Jungle artistry. That's all their. You got to remember, all their fathers and grandfathers and uncles and big brothers and all that were all in the Jungle. Some of them were themselves. I mean, they're not all young boys. Some of them are older than me. And they just want the same as what they want to go to football, sing their songs. If they want to sing the Republican songs, let them sing the Republican songs. They want to jump about daft. Let them jump about daft. What is the problem? You're at a football game.
True.
You know what stick become dancing.
And see the thing that I've had the problem for a long time is how they've always tried to equate us in with the songs of the old core Rangers, right? Whereas they would.
But the thing is, Tommy, sorry to interject here, that is exactly what the point is. They're trying to even up the score because they've been caught out with the fucking vile that they've spouted out for years, and they're trying to put us one's as bad as the other. Absolute rubbish. And the club now has accepted that. It's fact as far as I can see. Eagle Lennon and Peter Lawrence coming out and bashing the club with this song and that song.
Paul,
and I'll tell you another thing.
Listen,
before I finish.
The line's bad. I'm going to phone you back. I'm going to phone you straight back. Stay there. I'll phone you straight back, yeah?
Right, okay.
The line's just deteriorating too much there. I'm going to try and get a better line here. Sorry, bro. Hold on. Oh no, how am I going to do this without... Right, hold on. Right, so I'll phone this one. Right, okay.
Sorry.
Oh. Yeah, crack on. The line was getting worse, so crack on. What were you saying?
I just wanted to make another point. The thing is, we're saying they're trying to make it out as if one's as bad as the other because the Huns have been caught out and they've been shown up for the stuff they sing with their Billy Boys and their family songs and whatever. It's a even up the score stuff.
Right, mate.
And it's a point to make there and there to go to.
This is the argument that I try to make on Clyde and other people as well, and this is the argument that we should have been pushing years back. See, when they were getting hauled over the coals for their songs, our distinction was, and the club at this point, this is the point, would you agree with me on this, but the club should have stood out a couple of years ago and made a categorical statement.
I just remember the point I was going to make. Everybody's been asking for Celtic, right? Tell us what songs are allowed and what songs are not allowed. They can't tell us because every song is absolutely fine. There is not a song, there's not a Republican song the Celtic supporters sing that is out of order, against the law, offensive. There's absolutely nothing. There's nothing.
Yeah, but hold on, see that bit there you said offensive? It's offensive to people who took offence to a Polish national on work experience running in front of, bless himself. I know, but what I'm saying is the only people who were offended were people who were offended by a Polish national running onto a pitch and blessing themselves. Quite frankly, if we pander to such a base element, and that's what we're doing, and that's what we did at that point. Why did the club not stand in and do something at that point? Because this is how it's led to. This is what led to. We should have at that point said, hold on, and the club should have made a difference. Hold on, you attack them for the racist bile songs. Don't fucking include us. Sorry for language. Don't include us. And that's what the club should have done. But why didn't he? Why didn't he do that? Because they have sold themselves to chasing what you coined earlier, the global brand. They're out chasing the shekel, and what they're doing, they lost me as a fan. Okay, the final coup de grace I mentioned was they lost me as a fan in the summer. I was toying with getting another season ticket. I would have been going out along with my boy, but when they did that final thing with the £80 and the thing, as far as I'm concerned, I said, look, I'm willing to go different bits, and I'll give Celtic the money, whatever it is. But I'd weighed everything up, and I said, look, but they have sold. These are temporary custodians who are the modern day Uncle Tims, where they have sold their club down to the river, where they have not had any backbone to stand up to the authorities. And this is the problem that it leads us to, Paul, because now we've got Celtic fans washing their dirty linen in public against Celtic greats like John Hartson.
I'm very guilty of it.
Mate, and
I'm very guilty of it because Celtic means the world to me. It means the world to me. And I can't sit back and just watch everything that it means to me just be taken away. I can't help myself but be annoyed.
No, but you're no militant. You said you were militant earlier on. You're a passionate Celtic fan who doesn't want our club turned into something that we can't support anymore. And so for me as a Celtic fan, if I can't support Celtic anymore and I can't go to home games because I'm so disillusioned with some of the panty-wetter Celtic fans who can't even be arsed to stand up to celebrating as winning the league for the first time in fucking 4 years. Sorry for the language again, but that really annoyed me that night. I mean, you no idea how much a panty-wetter can annoy a Celtic fan. It did, mate. I mean, my head was busted, mate. I came out my way, I was working, my head was sore. I've got a bit of sore head now, but I suffer from sore heads occasionally, and I was sitting there with a sore head, and the game wasn't the thing, mate. And then when we stood up to the thing, and then at half time, I just said, you know what, I'll go into the motor, I'll be back to my motor before the thing, mate, and I'll watch the stream there, and at least I'll have a bad opinion of Celtic fans, because the last thing I want to do is have a bad opinion about John Hartson, about any Celtic fan, or Peter Lawwell, or Neil Lennon. I don't want to have it.
Tommy,
it's the problem with the club for not dealing with it. That's the problem, Paul. Do you agree?
As I said, I do agree. But as I said to you before, the last 10 years of my life, I've spent sticking up for Neil Lennon and supporting Neil Lennon.
Me too.
And John Hartson. I love John Hartson. I love John Hartson scoring goals against the Huns and fucking. I loved him to bits. But
I know, mate, I know.
Don't come back and give us that after all we've done for him. It just fucking breaks my heart. I don't want to be slagging Neil Lennon. I don't want to be slagging John Hartson.
I know, mate.
I don't want to be slagging Peter Lawwell either.
I know, mate. I hear you. But it's a position that they're put us in.
I'm going to hang up and let maybe somebody else come on and do your opinion.
Don't bail out on me. I need a militant crackpot for the drum like you on here. Don't bail out on me. I'll have to ban you for the show. No, but listen, Paul, I'm only kidding. No, listen.
Maybe somebody else likes to phone in and give a different point of view, Tommy, so I don't like to...
No, listen, stay on the new. Listen, if anybody... No, you're not dominating the show. Listen, calm down to a riot, fuck's sake. No, you're doing brilliant, mate. If anybody wants to do it, they can give you a one-ring sting. I'll see it coming through, hang up and I'll phone you back, and we'll replace this good brother for the drum, right? So we put a vote out to the public. If you want Paul for the drum, evicted for the show, somebody can phone. We're calling for an eviction. The hotline of evictions. So if we want Paul for the drum evicted from Celtic Community Radio, not as a Celtic fan, but just if we want a change of voice on here, 0141 416 1888, or if you're a zombie and you want to come on and fuck him. If you want to replace me on the show, then phone the same number, 0141 416 1888. I'll horn my P45 in if you want me off as well. If you want Paul off, if you want me off, just phone in and tell us and we'll go. We will do walking away. Right, but anyway, we're two militants who are grieving. Now, I'm grieving because I'm having to sit here and attack my club through and say stuff that I would rather keep personal. Like, see the stuff that when I walked out at half time and all that, right? I didn't want to come out and say that, right? But because it was my own personal stuff, right, about Celtic, and I've suffered for Celtic as much as everybody through the 80s and through the 90s, and they cheating. I mean, for 9 years, I mean, having to suffer. I mean, even I was doing in England for a good bit of it as well, but I used to come up for every game against those bastards, you know, and so I sat there and suffered. So we've been going through relatively good times, right, of recent times on the pitch, but it matters not a jot if there's disharmony between the fans, because the best times for me as a Celtic fan was during the worst time, when I could stand in the jungle and not be told I'm a militant for singing an Irish song.
I just want to reiterate my thoughts and my position here, that I don't enjoy this falling out with Celtic fans and falling out with Celtic and arguing with Neil Lennon or disagreeing with Peter Lawwell. I don't enjoy this. I don't enjoy it. I hate it. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. But I'm doing it because I believe in what I'm saying.
No, I believe what you're saying as well, mate, because it's come too far now. We've let it as a Celtic fan base become too far now, because the main issue is, you said it earlier on, how they're tying us in and how they're trying to even things up. Now, what would you say going forward? We'll discuss this now. What would you say would be the way for us to take this forward and challenge? I heard something there about the Green Brigade were meeting Peter Lawwell. Do you think as ordinary fans?
Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. That was Phil McGilligan's fucking the three leading members of the Green Brigade are going to meet Peter Lawwell. Absolute shit. That guy's not got a clue. That guy's not got a clue about anything.
Right, so it's not even happening. But what was
so
going to say? No, well, listen. Crack on. What we're going to say
the way forward for me is to get. It's not about the Green Brigade. All right, the Green Brigade day to day, but I'm on the Green Brigade. Now, the boys in that bus are in the Green Brigade. Well, a couple of them are, but there's many Celtic fans on the Green Brigade that want the club back.
So how do we go about doing it? How do we go about doing it? At Celtic Park, how do you get it back at Celtic Park? Because
I don't know. I've not got answers.
See, last season, right? I mean, my wee lassie couldn't believe it when I was saying, look, I'm not going to any away games, and she was like, what? I says, look, I'm not taking you in. I'm just not going, because I mean, I loved it as well, and she loved it as well. She gone to the away games. I mean, when we were in that, was it the Moffat stand we won the league, and then Albion Fairmont, and every away game, right? The bit that I love about being a Celtic fan, right, is watching the team on the pitch play. But right, see when we're singing backing them, see when we're singing cheering them, see when we're singing whatever song, that is me and you and every Celtic fan playing their part and backing the team.
Of course.
And for anybody to deny us that,
they all say we're more than a club, right? Everybody says, it's more than a club and all that. It's more than a football club and all that. Well, what makes us more than a football club? That's what I always ask these people. What makes us more than a football club? What makes us more than a football club is our identity and our culture and our militant aspects and the shit we put up with since 1847. That's what makes us more than a club. So don't try and all of a sudden delete that because some fucking wanker in the press tries to even up the score with these bigoted bastards.
Exactly.
Right. I'm going to hang up because I need a pee.
No, you're not. You're taking the phone to the Cludgy way. We want a live exclusive as it hits the pan. Tell us, give us a call. No, listen, I'll let you go. Go and do a single fish. Go and bail out. But no, I agree with you 100%, mate. And we need to take decisive action against Celtic. Collectivise and unionise.
I would like, Tommy. I know there's plenty of people that disagree with my points of view on this. I would like them to phone you up here, and I'd like to hear their points of view. I'd like to hear them tell me when I'm wrong here. I'm open-minded. I might be wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of things. So I would like to hear them. I'd like to hear them come on and speak about it.
Right,
I'm off.
We can go for your single fish, right? I'll just kill time till you come back in a couple of minutes and we'll get some cunt, right? Catch you. Versace. Hail. See you later. Right, it's a good brother out in the drum. So we've had the votes from Chateau de Lay and the drum and Postle Park and us three in agreement. Let the people sing. Let the people sing unanimously. For what it's worth, anybody can phone me on 0141 416 1888 if you've got a different opinion. Get it off the Irish imposter, get Celtic back. Petrol bombs have been thrown at police in East Belfast as offers use water cannon to control violence. 4-1 for the Toffees. Everton winning 4-1, 71 minutes gone, 72 minutes gone. And I've lost the chat. Oh, there it's back here. There we go. So there we go. Wonderful. Thanks for joining us tonight. We started the show earlier on with a call to Central FM, and we've ran with the baton. They're our fellow brothers to take on Radio Snide. We even sailed close to the win, threatened to call Radio Snide. And it's 22 minutes past 22 minutes past 21. 9 o'clock, I'm looking at 21-hour clock, the 24-hour clock. It's 21 hours, 22 minutes. Right, we're bailing out. Family duties, wains to put to bed, food to be ate, juice to be drank, single fishes to be done, and revolutions to be caused tomorrow. 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, till 10 to till 10. We'll try and get an opposing view. We'll try and get a panty wetter on air. If there's any panty wetters, if you know any panty wetters who don't want the people to sing, where are they? Bring them on here. We want to speak to panty wetters, and if we can't get a panty wetter, we'll go on a chase down with a temporary custodian. We want a temporary custodian. Tell me where to go. We can now doorstop temporary custodians, courtesy of my Wayne's new phone. I can now grab that. She'll no mind me borrowing it since I fought to an arm and a leg for it. So she'll no mind me borrowing it. We can go doorstepping anywhere you like. We go doorstepping and we do live interviews on a doorstep of crackpots. So is it Thornton Hall? Is that where we head? Lennoxtown for old Jimmy, the pant wetter on Radio Snide. Well, was that all the one? Any pant wetter? Anybody get the pant wetters numbers for Radio Snide? We'll phone them. Get the pant wetters from Radio Snide. We aim to provide a service. If Paul in the drum wants to hear an opposing point of view because he's got an open mind for a militant, he's a militant with an open mind, and so am I. I'm a heavy militant up to the max. I'm so militant. I'm driving my tinfoil Skoda up to the drum now, and me and Paul are going to have a militant square jig. Well, that's after I head up to the Crawford roundabout for a square jig with that mad militant for Chateau Delay. So I've got a square go in Chateau Delay and another square go in the drum. Taxi for a fanny. How am I going to get today to? Who should I take on first? The parrot? Will he do me up like a kipper first? The parrot will do me up like a kipper before the militant chop sues me in the drum. Halves me in the drum. I'm taking on too much here. It's like Hitler going to fight in two fronts, the Western Front, the Eastern Front. Fucking hell, I'm going almost as far apart as the Western and Eastern Front. Chateau Delay in the drum chapel. As the crow flies, my two hands are outstretched like Dana Bruni now. That's about as far as it goes in Glasgow, to go from one square jig to the other. Could you two crackpots no kind of meet me in the middle? Come to Postal, that's what we'll do. Bring the drum and the Castle Mankey to the Postal Fleet and we'll square jig it at Saracen Cross, right? Square jig, own home territory. We're the Jags. Bring your bully wee, we'll jaggies up the boot. But anyway, right, keep it nice and clean, right? Right, I'm just talking flannel juice and gibberish. I'm just filling in airtime for the panty wetters to phone through. Brain dead zombies. Do we have any brain dead zombies? Should we phone a brain dead zombie? Or should I just go and put the Waynes to bed? It's 25 past. My Black Ops will have cash and carry claim. Who's this? Hold on, we're getting a message here. My Black Ops will have cash and carry claymores planted. He's going to have cash and carry claymores planted. If you think you can plant claymores in Poso without the fleet finding you, you're tripped right out your dial. Here, I don't think you're right. I don't think you're reading for that Times. I think you're writing for the Times with shite like that. You just said me. You can plant a claymore, Black Ops in Poso. There's been Black Ops in Poso trying to plant claymores there. Christ, they've even put a police station on the back of Saracen Street. There's no bigger claymore than that. And the natives shall not be beaten by any claymores for the police. So Black Ops for Castle Mankey will just be spotted, mate. There's no chance, mate. Wait, what am I doing? How do I put this? I'm looking for this. Hey, let's. So, but we can't find any panty wetters, so what we'll do is, do we have any dafties? Right, we can't even print that last one. There you go. You're a position to apply for the gutter press has been approved, Mr. Parrott. Monsieur Parrott. You've sent me a text there that I can't even put on there. There we go. He slandered us, and now he's sending us. What's that? Should rename Celtic Park the Nappy Dome for panty wetters. Yeah, she sent us one that I could eventually read out after the last text that we couldn't read out anywhere. Your audition for the Times, deleted in my mobile phone there. Your audition for the Times. Your audition was gone. Can't even handle here. Right, are we done? Can I go home? Or can I play a wee tune? Can I take a break for 2 seconds and we reevaluate? Does anybody want to phone? What's the scores on the doors? The Toffees have won. Do we get the final score for that Israeli game? Do we know who won Hapoel against Maccabi? Do we care? Or is it just the Bar Mitzvah King that's looking for that result for his coupon to come up? Right, I think we might have some dissent in the ranks here. Some dissent in the ranks for the Wains. I don't. I think the Wains, the natives are getting restless here. I'll need to go and I'll need to calm down this rebellion. But don't worry, I've not got any panty wetters in my house. I've got 3, well 2 anyway. One's a wee sellout, and a kid on sellout. She's a contrarian. But the other 2 are hardcore militants. A militant wee lassie who knows every Celtic tune, and a militant wee boy who knows the ins and outs of the Illuminati. He's well trained. Yes, no panty wetters here. Panty wetters are banned. The Parrot was banned, but we let him on. We almost banned the Bulgine for the drum when he called me a fanny. But he jumped back off the ledge and he came back in to the militia. The militia's den. So yes, Celtic, the temporary custodians of Celtic have let the fans down. In the chasing of the global brand, the global dream, you have disillusioned. This is the final message I put out in the show. Just like Jerry Springer and Jeremy Kyle, so the wee corner where they sit. So this is where they sit and opine, even that Bill O'Reilly. So this is the opine part of the show, where I say, God bless the militiamen of the radical pacifist corps. No, just to have a viewpoint that's controversial doesn't make you militant. Just because you stand there in defence of a belief doesn't make you a militant or a terrorist. You look down your gun, you dare to call us a terrorist. No, Paul, you're not a militant out in the drum. A crackpot, a fanny like me, that's a maybe, but you're not a militant. Well, who am I to know? I just know you for Twitter and having a wee chat here. You're a passionate Celtic fan who says what he sees. What was that catchphrase? Say what you see. It's not a crime to say what you see. If you see people amongst you who are selling out, if you see people without a backbone who walk away from a fight instead of saying, hold on a minute. Yeah, it's a big man to go into a fight and an even bigger man to walk away from a fight. But if it's a fight you shouldn't be walking away from, then don't walk away. Stand and confront it. This is a problem that temporary custodians have brought on our club. Instead of fighting the people who brought the fight to her door, we chased the Filfaluka for the panty wetting fans. And now, as the Bull Parrot points out, they should be handing out nappies as they walk through the gates. Too many panty wetters have flooded Celtic Park. A tsunami of tears and broken dreams by the panty wetters. These broken dreams by the panty wetters, what are they? They want a sanitised version. They want a prawn sandwich eating version. Oh, we can't sing these songs because we'll be like them. Away and fling shite at the moon. We'll never be like them. Yeah, sure, we have 1 or 2 bad elements, 1 or 2 bad apples. They are rotten to the fecking core. We all know that. They're brain dead zombies in the majority. They have one or two good apples to our one or two bad apples. The stats and the statistics that Scottish police kept hidden after every Glasgow derby. If Old Kosevko won, riots, lost. If Old Kosevko lost, riots, murder, mayhem, domestic violence through the roof. The figures were different if it was a Rangers victory, an Old Sevco victory. Figures were different, not as much violence. Why are these figures never given out? Why did they keep this hidden? Because they knew the damning evidence is there. The evidence is there. They do more damage. They're more aggressive by their nature. They're born, bred psychopaths. Sure, we've got one or two nut jobs, myself included, in our support. But it's different altogether. It's a different type of nut job. We have a better quality of nut job. We sing in defence and defiance against people who hate us. They sing of hatred, of racism, of bigoted hate against people who only crime is to be different. Different religion, different colour, different background. They'll hate them for that reason. I've never ever, and I know the good brother out in the drum, the good brother out in Castlemilk, we have never been taught by our family to hate people because of superficial differences. No, not at all. Judge by the content of your character. Sadly, the content of the character of the temporary custodians at Celtic Park is lacking. But I have good faith. I have faith in the goodness of all people. And if we can point out their failings and we can challenge them in a nice way and maybe let them know that we're disappointed, but we want change and we want action. And as Paul pointed out when we're talking about Liverpool, that's how we got on to talk about Liverpool. Paul, I forgot to answer that question you put to us when you first phoned in. We got to talking about Liverpool because they stood up for their team against the negative media that was given against them. Celtic, we should have done that when we were told to stop singing Boys the Old Brigade. But no, Fergus pandered to them. Fergus went with their illusion that we're just as bad as them, that we sing the same as them. It's not too late to make that distinction. We should be calling for that distinction just now and always. We are different from that dead, deceased club. We are no longer an old firm. There is no Glasgow derby, at least until Partick Thistle get promoted. There is no Glasgow derby. There is no tie-in. There is no us. Together, it's us and them. It should always be that way. And that allows us, for us and them, it's harsh, but then we can say they sing songs of hatred and animosity. We sing ones of defence and defiance against hatred. There is a distinct difference. And for people who are offended by our songs, if they don't look at the proper distinction and classify it, then you're part of the problem. You might as well go and support Sevco in the shite house for all good you are as a Celtic fan. So if you're a panty wetter who wants to criticise the Celtic support, if you're a blogger, a crackpot McDougall, a Fangita, half-wit or otherwise, don't cause a division between Celtic fans no more. See the problem for what it is. Characterise it for what it is. Explain it for what it is. And don't be a panty wetter, to steal a phrase from a good brother in the drum. Don't be a panty wetter against bigots who want to change us because of their hatred for us. We are bigger and better, and we must be more intelligent and cleverer than their stupid games. And we shall prevail. Seek the truth, reject falsehood. If Rangers for 140 years can come to an end by liquidation just last year. If they can be banished to the third division, anything is possible. Even in a Masonic, bigoted country that is controlled and dominated, we can have our day. They can be closed down, and we can sing our songs without being tied in with bigoted, hate-filled people. That was the most beautiful thing for me when Rangers get liquidised, that we don't have to be tied in or assimilated with those racist bigots anymore. So, yeah, I'm glad they're gone. That was the reason why I'm glad they're gone. Because a couple of years ago, when they scored that goal, Old Jellyfish, I sat with my daughter, whose mum's from Africa and gran from Ireland, and we were told to go home. Up to our knees in Fenian blood. F your Pope. F your Fenians. Yeah. That was good celebrations, eh? Never before have I felt so sick to be a human being sharing the same air as these sick, reptilian, dirty, illegitimate people. Oh, I came close to swearing like you've never heard there, but I pull back. Thanks to the brother Tony for making me remember what makes us different. We don't need to swear and curse to make our point. We can make it clear intelligently in a militant style. This is a militant style that I'm saying here. Sack the board, your temporary custodians. Unless you step up to the plate, we're going to sack you. Panty wetters, liberals, crackpots who are sellouts, would-be Uncle Tims, away and stand in the soup queue and go and get it for the Church of Scotland, or wherever wants to give it to you. Go and get your 30 shekels off your fellow soup takers, because the real support is coming back. Maybe I'm not the real support. We're not the real support. We're militant crackpots. Yes, that's what they'll do. They'll try and wash it up and say, they're just crackpots. That's what they've tried to do. But no, Celtic fans, we have to remain united, the true Celtic fans, and educate the panty wetters. And that's me. I've had enough of this opining shite. Stay my tits in. Sitting here, my head's busted at 20 to thing, mate. What are we doing? So, there's wrong on both sides, but Tommy, aye, what's that you saying? But Tommy, there's wrong. I don't know what your point is there, Paul, in the thing, mate. But yeah, our songs have never been racist or bigoted or hateful. Our songs have never been telling people to go home. It's never been about that for us. Our songs have been about our culture. Our songs have been a history of defence against the most evil, tyrannical system of control that the world has ever seen, until it was replaced by the American Empire. But that was the British Empire. It never became the head of an empire by giving out sweets to kids. No, it did it by murder, pillaging, starving, causing famines, killing people. The British Empire, what it did to the Irish. When you think about what Britain did to the Irish people, 1 million people died in a 5-year period. Over the next 50 years, between 5 to 10 million people left Ireland. The majority coming to Glasgow. And my grandfather, who came with my mother in 53, just over 100 years after the famine. My daughter, the granddaughter of an Irish woman, has to be racially abused, you know. That made me question what the heck was it? What the heck's it all about, you know? These deluded creatures, 20 odd thousand, could sing their bile with such gusto. I mean, they'd won the game. They scored the winner. Couldn't they just sing about their team and celebrate the fact that they were winning a game? That's the bit that galls me. Couldn't they not just say, yay, we support the whatever, just sing a song of support? But no, it was 30 minutes or whatever it was, 20 minutes of pure racist, unadulterated, bigoted shite that you could never believe. For what? Made me sick to the bone. And then that dirty shyster for the government said, oh, it was a lovely family day out, no problem, wonderful fans on both sides. There you go, tie us both in again, eh? See, this is a clear bit, this is a bit that we missed back when Fergus, this is a bit I said to the good brother out in the drum, the good Paul, that we need to make sure, this is a bit we lost, this is where we've led us down here, we never distance ourselves from them enough. Now we've got the ideal opportunity. Now there's 3 divisions of distance between us. Now we don't have to play them 4 times a season or more. Now we've got enough distance. Now is the time. Now is the time to step up to the plate and say, not in our name, Celtic. We sing what we sing. They sing what they sing. Take them to court and jail them and leave us alone. Or if you think you're hard enough, come and jail us and take us to court and see it laughed out of every court in the land. When the judge says, what are you bringing this for? What are you bringing this for? What are you bringing this for? The Celtic fans singing about rebellion. Where is the hate? Where is the racism? Where is the bigotry? None. Let it stand like that. But no. What do? They target Celtic fans in a fallacious argument. They put the spin in the paper last week. I mean, I've not read the paper, I've not seen much of the thing. So maybe this is an attack on Celtic, and I've missed it, and I apologise, because it's been a busy time of the year, and I've been resting and recuperating with my family since the busy time of the year finished. So I've not had my eye on the ball, but clearly the good brothers have pointed out here that we need to be careful as a Celtic support, because one day we're going to wake up and realise, what is it all about for supporting us as a team? Is it just panty wetters that we're going to sing alongside? Or is it real Celtic men like the Paul for the drum, or the Parrot for the Castle Mankey? People who are ready to stand up and be counted. That's what Celtic needs. Right, take care. Yeah, Paul, Tony, thanks for joining us, mate. I'm going to finish up the show anyway. Thanks for joining us all this week, Tony. Yeah, Paul, you're right. No, yeah, look at that. There, Fergus brought that song in because it said against the famine on the crown, and because it didn't mention the Ra in it. So because it was a sanitised version, but this sanitised version, that was wrong. So the Celtic fans should have said, no, okay, play the Fields of Athenry, but don't put it out every week as a brainwashing technique like they did. Every week, Fields of Athenry. Yeah, give us a wee play of the boys of the Old Brigade. What's going to happen to the announcer? What's going to happen to Celtic? What is going to happen if Celtic... These earphones are starting to hurt my ear. Oh, too long. Just take this earphone off from my right ear. What would happen to the announcer if he was to do that? What would happen to Celtic after they play Boys of the Old Brigade? Nothing. Are we going to get a fine? Yeah, 20 grand fine for the SFA for playing Boys of the Old Brigade. We're only getting 40,000, so that's 10 bob a head. Everybody gives 10 bob to go in every game. We can go in and sing Boys of the Old Brigade here. Sorry. Maybe we'll get 20,000 panty wetters who won't want to pay that, so it's £1 a head, everybody. £1 a head. We're going to get fined every game, 20 grand by the SFA. Instead of buying your wee lottery ticket to win your fool's gold or 9 grand or 10 grand, whatever they're giving out. Put your £1 in every week and sing the tunes you want to sing because we're going to get fined it. Is that not a way forward? Who cares what punishment comes our way? Who cares? Take it on the chin, Celtic. Take it on the chin. Let them come ahead if they think they're hard enough. But when we take it on the chin, we don't turn the other cheek. We slap it back at them. Say, here, you stupid crackpot, you. We ain't flying shite to the moon. We can sing our quote-unquote militant songs, whatever you want to call them. You ain't going to tell us to stop. You ain't telling us to stop. That is a message that Celtic Community Radio, having been persuaded by the open-minded brother from the Drum to an equally open-minded brother from the Castlemankie, Chateau de Leu area, south side, they've convinced me, a Fangita for the North End, that get off the devil's advocate chair and let's make a stand against the panty wetters and the temporary custodians. Move over. Because the so-called militant men ain't militant, they're just normal fans who want our club back. That's about it. I've finished opining here. I've finished talking shite anyway. Right, good night, God bless. It's 10 to 10. I've been sat in this bit for the last fucking 5-6 hours. Trying to get my technical difficulties sorted out for 2 hours prior to the show. My headphone is killing me. I don't know if you can hear me all clearly there. My earphones, it's hurting me back in my ear. My head's busted, but my ear's busting. And maybe your brain's bleeding with all my shite for the show. So I'll bid you farewell. Tell 10 to tell 10. See you at 6 o'clock tomorrow. For more discussion, the platform is yours. The show is yours. Tell 10 to tell 10. 0141 416 1888. That's our Glasgow number. Our island number is 01 for Dublin 254 4567. Our Boston number is 617 963 0967. Our Melbourne office is 03 9013 6767. Our London office for our brain dead zombies to call is 0203 290 6090. And all these offices are manned by highly trained monkeys. They are no way at all our attempt to money launder. They are no way at all our attempt to bypass or circumnavigate the British taxpayer system. Why would I want to do that? I'm a loyal British subject who likes to pay his taxes so that we can go and kill more people across the planet. Oh yes, sirree. Deal me in for some of that shit. Not. But anyway, so yes, the reason why we've got all these numbers is not for tax loopholes. Failing that, we could have just set ourselves up from Corstorphine, from Sir Minty's office. The new tax loophole, the new tax haven of Blighty. Yes, Corstorphine office of Mr. Sir Minty Boz. It's a new tax haven. It's a 40-minute drive. I can take you through there for 100 bangers on the hip, cash up front, 100 bangers, and I'll drop you off at the new tax haven of Corstorphine in Edinburgh. Is that what he's going off? I don't know. I'm just throwing darts at a dartboard and hoping for a thing, mate. Right, Scottish clubs set for Hampden talk. Scottish clubs will meet the governing bodies on Tuesday. Free Jelly show on for a few tunes later. Get it going on. Do you know what I had? I had you on my ear the day, Paul, when I dropped the Wayne's after school. I only had a few hours sleep, and I put you on me. You were in my lugs playing some tunes. What was that? What was going down at the start? Little Lies, and Suspicious Minds. What's going down there? Was that subliminal messaging you were hitting out? You'll need to tell us more off air, your subliminal messaging. What was that all about? I liked that there. No, it was good tunes, mate. You and the other brothers playing the tunes. It's my preferred choice of listening to fall asleep now. A Bankish Stabib and Murdoch's Broadcasting Corporation as well, from the First Row Sports, where I used to watch some of that. It's all been banned, and now I'm on a lockdown, so keep producing those shows on there, brother. Keep pressing those buttons. Phil Edward White. Who's that? Phil Edward White. Or is that? You've been reading the Towel fanzine, haven't you? The Towel Man. Yeah, that piece I read, it was ages ago. I think he said he pulled it, but I'm sure I read that one ages ago. But I think he did say it was like that, but I'm sure he had it out there. But anyway, see, my point is, right, I'll tell you, I don't like criticising other Celtic fans, be they celebrity or not. I mean, I'm not a celebrity in any way, shape or form. I'm just a fanny, as Paul says, a wee bit of a fanny. I would hate to ever be able to sit here and say to other Celtic fans, you know, well, you can't do that, you can't do this. Maybe I'm doing that by saying you're a panty wetter. Maybe I'm just as guilty as what they are. Maybe me and Paul are just as guilty as what these people are, saying that you can't do this. They're telling us we can't do that, and we're telling them they can't moan at us. Who's right? Well, I'll leave you it there for the listeners to decide who is right. We'll get him on the show then, brother. Get him on the show and let him talk to me. I would love that brother to talk to me as well. You get that brother on here. About who? The Towel Man? Or about... Yeah, I used to get that Towel fanzine, mate. It's good. It's heavy read, mate. It's heavy read. They still do it. I used to see it in the wee shops in the West End. I don't see it anymore there. It's took over by Matt McGowan's copy, but I used to see the Towel one. Maybe is it too militant? Too militant, eh? Has it been banned because it's too militant? From the Taliban shops at the West End have banned it for being too militant? Surely not. Surely not. Only online now, Tom. It's only online now, aye, is it? Yeah, I'm still in the... What was it? They've got the Towel. I'm on their forum, aye. I'm on their forum. I think I've got their thing, man. I joined so many forums ages ago. I've gave up on the forums, seen myself. Too much headaches on there. Too many panty wetters to deal with, and miscreants with bad agendas or negative views. I don't like negative views too much. Too much negativity is bad for you. That's why you should ban all newspapers. Ban Sky, ban the TV, negativity. It's better having positive militant Tims trying to brainwash you. Right, can I go home now? Can I ask you, Paul? And I'll ask you this seriously. And I can see that you're going to give me the truth here. Right. Am I a Careerist fan? Am I a Careerist fan? That's the question I'm putting to you, Paul, out there just now. Am I a Careerist fan? Could I be classed as that? No. I'm getting a text here. Oh, hold on. What's going down? He's saying... My chat room failed. Team scheme. We want our club back. Punters, not parasites on laptops. What would Tommy Burns say? Listen, as long as you don't... do you ask for money? No, I don't ask for money, Paul, no. Deco, you're on now, you've got it. Look, I've not been banning anybody. I'd bother this chat. Maybe it's because it's too full. Maybe because it's too... Your message came through here, Deco. Deco, you're online. We've got you. You're here, Deco. Anyway, we've only got another 10 minutes before my time runs out. It looks like we're going to take it to the end. No, I don't ask for money. No, but the last day, even if I was, well, don't ask for money. So that makes you a careerist, I suppose. I make a career out of it. I did ask for money once. I put out an IPO issue and everybody blanked me. I was only asking for 50 quid a share. 20 shares. Can't see it. You're on here, I can see, can't see. I'll cry, I can see you, Deco. No, but nobody took up my share issue. So if everybody took up my share issue and I made £1,000 a bag of sand, I would have been a careerist then. Shit. I can't thank yous enough, all yous good people who failed to back me in my IPO of Glasgow Radio Online. You saw the scam I was about to pull. It was an old co and it became a new co. I liquidised Glasgow Radio Online on the 31st, just a short week ago. I liquidised it and it became Celtic Community Radio. So yes, I would have ran away into the sunshine with my 1,000 shekels of silver, but I didn't. So thank you for turning me down on my IPO. And I did walk into the shite house. I walked in and I shook hands with a temporary custodian of the shite house and asked for 50 grand. He got to aim high. His mate offered me 20 grand and I thought it was a stitch up. So I went in there selling the shares of Glasgow Radio Online. So yes, I haven't raised any money, so thankfully I'm not a careerist. What do you mean? I never banned Deco. Don't be. This is a show of slander and scurrilous rumours against my good self. I wound the parrot up. I wasn't banning him. It was just all good for a joke. But I've not banned anybody. A little bit of silence brought to us by the Noise Abatement Society. But Deco has not been banned. His stuff is coming through. It's here. It's here. We can see them. Your comments have been noted. The panel from Ontario. We've had the brothers from the Drum and the Castle Mankey. Their votes have been registered. And you two, brother, have been registered. Lost chat, but if you get this, hail, keep it going. What's going down with the chat? Nobody can get the chat. Look. Oh, here, look. Put your answers in a postcard and send it to Peter Lawwell. Away in flying shite to the moon. The fact that I've sat here in a comatose state for the last 6 hours, 3 of them off air trying to get it fixed, and now my leg. We need to saw one of my legs off here. Yes, we have a voter from Ontario coming to join us at last minute. Good day, brother.
There's a Stewart's inquiry here. What's going on? Am I getting banned or what? For feck's sake, what is going on here now?
Look, I don't need a phone. I don't need a
parrot a hard time, and now you're picking on me. What did I ever do to you?
Listen, we don't need a phone to talk to you. I think you can shout across the 5,000 miles. We can hear you clear enough.
Sorry about that.
Top of the morning, do you?
It will happen again. But here, come here to me. What the feck is going on? Am I getting banned or what? What did I ever do to you?
I'll tell you what.
And I'm a happy-go-lucky type of fella.
Oh, look at that. My mate in Barcelona's phoning us. Oh no.
Oh no, it's all falling apart now.
It's falling apart. My mate's phoning us. Like, I've just blanked my mate. My mate who's got us into. Oh, I can't talk to him. Can I talk to him? I talk to him. I need to finish it. Oh, what can I do? Listen, he's only got me into 6L Classicals in the last 2 years, and I've just blanked. But anyway, sorry. Can I talk to him? No. You tell me, because you're not banned, brother. Unless you tell me your point just now, then you will be banned. So speak up, or forever hold on to your peace, or you're banned forever.
Oh, that's a dangerous one. Now I don't know if I can tread on those steps. But what I would say is that it was a wonderful show tonight. You did a great job. Well done. Boys that called in. You know, if that's not blowing smoke up your hole, I don't know what it is.
Hold on a minute. Are you mean to say you've been listening for the whole night here?
I have been on and off all day. Yes.
You've been here for 3 hours listening to this, and you finally show face on the chat room and on here for the last 8 minutes.
Coach, you go back and you'll see right from the first start. You scroll back through that chat room and you'll see that I was there now. Go on, get the vote.
This is a panty wetter online. We've got a panty wetter online.
This is slander now. This is total slander. This
is the show slander. We're going to change our show to the show. Even if it's out. This is the show slander. Everybody's been slandering everybody. So join the party, brother. What is your point, caller?
Well, I just wanted to call in to say, being a Dublin guy, I'm probably a West Brit, so that's enough of that. How about that?
So finally, Paul, for the drum, we've got our first anti-wetter, our first wet Brit.
And he's West Brit. Fly that flag in Belfast. Jesus, what's fucking wrong with you, all?
Take the flag down from these turncoats. So tell us, do you think that the song should be sung? How do we deal with this then, panty wetter for West Britland? How do we deal with it?
I turned around and I says, I tell you what, you see that game on the 26th? It was on at the wrong time, but we've already discussed that. That I was watching, obviously, in the confines of freezing cold Canada. High def, nice volume, blah blah blah. Turned the ESPN off. I wish I could have just wish I could have just heard the fans, because guess what? That had to be one of the best atmospheres I've ever heard. That was the jungle at its best, right there and then. And if people are pissed off at it, well, guess what? Go have a nice fucking day, because I love.
Oi. Don't come on here with your sticky patter. You're a sticky West Brit, and you come on here kidding on you're a militant with your language. Calm it down, tone it down, West Brit. Tone it down, West Brit.
Sorry, it will happen. I'll say feckin'. How about that?
Feckin' heckin'. So yeah, that was good atmosphere. But then obviously Celtic, that's when we're good. When the fans are well oiled and ready to spill their guts for the team and song. And why shouldn't it be? Because when people are out having a party time and Christmas, why shouldn't people be allowed to go along and sing their party pieces? Because we don't cause offence, they take offence for people blessing themselves. I mean, that shows the level we're dealing with. People who take offence when somebody runs on the pitch and bless themselves. So why should we take notice if these stupid arseholes are offended? Sorry for the language.
We shouldn't, because basically it was done on purpose. I think I told you this off air, or I said it to somebody, I don't really remember. The sheer fact that you have a game at 7:30 on a Stevens' night, when everyone's on the sauce for 3 or 4 days, and they're on the sauce all bleeding day, and then they're walking into a stadium at 7 o'clock at night, and guaranteed their Coke bottles are full of feckin', it's pure vodka with a little bit of drop of Coke, and they're polishing on
that's slander. That's just slander.
Well, I'll tell you what,
it might
have been something that I've done. It was something that I've done in the past and probably will continue to do in the future. So if I'm doing it, it's probably sure somebody else is doing it. But anyway, my point is, it's ridiculous. They stitched us up. They did it on purpose. Scott Brown turned around and says, is there a Hibs Hearts game at this time of night? They're all going to be out on the sauce like there's no tomorrow all day. Even Scott Brown said it.
Right, before we go, because we've got a minute and a half, we're finishing the show with you, bro. We're not letting you go to be finished. You're quoting John Hartson. What do you think about John Hartson? Give us a quick piece on John Hartson.
I love John Hartson. I always will. I think what's happened is the almighty Greenback has polluted his mind a little bit and a little overboard. I mean, yeah, it might be a ghostwriter that does it, but realistically, it's gone over the top. I think
hold on. Paul, stay for 1 minute. We're finishing in 1 minute. The good Paul is doing a show from 11 o'clock, Free Jelly Radio. Is it Free Jelly Radio? So join in to listen to Good Brothers in 60s. He's on the buttons for Free Jelly Radio. Join in and join him in for the fun. But listen, Deco, I've got one thing to say to you and one thing only. You're cut off and you're banned until the next time. In fact, is that your Wayne there? Bring the Wayne on and say, get the Wayne on to talk some sense. For the first time in 3 years, we might have somebody to talk sense. Is the Wayne able to talk or no?
No, that's a negative. Right. I'm going to love you and leave you.
Right. You're kicked off. You're banned. Don't ever come back on here at the next show. Right? Catch you.
All right. Good luck.
You're banned to the next show. He's banned. That's him. He's off. He's banned. Banned. Right? Banned. On other show. Yeah, there we go. Enough of that. We're finished. Good night. Catch you tomorrow. 6 o'clock. Hail.